Yeah, there we go. Voice live. Voice
Yay, our voices are... Oh, no.
We're
Now
threatening
voice
people
live.
with corn. That's what we're going to talk about. Or, well, Panda's threatening people with corn. I'm just backing
Why
him up.
are you threatening people with corn?
Tune in or find yourself at the wrong end of the corn cob.
Which corn?
Like,
Which cob?
like Children of the Corn, Corn with a K, corn...
First of all,
Cream corn.
corn cob.
First of all.
Like cob. Like of the cob variety. When I threaten you with a corn cob,
I don't know, man. It could be a Cobb salad made by the band Corn.
Yeah,
That'd be a
why not?
corn cob.
That
And
would indeed
probably
be a
threatening.
corn cob. However, I don't know. You know what? I don't know.
I could see that being threatening.
Well, yeah, I was thinking, like, how do you threaten someone with a salad? But then again, he just threatened someone with a corn cob, so...
Food poisoning, man. That's the best way to threaten somebody.
It's all about attitude.
I don't know.
And attitude, yeah.
You just throw it at him.
You got a
I'm
better
gonna make you
chance
eat
of
this.
getting salmonella from unwashed produce than you do raw chicken. And I didn't wash this salad.
Also has raw chicken. They didn't cook
Oh,
God,
the-
you're right.
The chicken in the cob.
Oh, that'd be fucking horrible.
Or
That'd
the
be
bacon.
awful.
It's just raw bacon. Deal with it.
Chicken of the cob.
And also,
Chicken
this
of the-
blue cheese looks bad, even for blue cheese.
Turn into green cheese.
This one's orange.
Like
Speaking of-
that's cheddar, my dude. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but it smells like
it's-
brie.
It's orange blue
God.
cheese, so it's either really fucked up blue cheese or it's definitely bad cheddar.
Yeah.
Speaking of raw meat, though, I've been watching like a lot of food shows, and like a lot of the judges are like, "Man, this is undercooked," and I'm like, sorry, this is overcooked. And I'll look at their steak or whatever they have, and it's like, that is super pink. What are you talking about? It needs to be more cooked.
No. Fancy dining is rare or nothing.
Why?
Because it's the good way to eat a steak, says the vegetarian.
It also depends on the cut and that kind of thing too.
Nah.
So this is what you do.
But
You take
generally, it's down to preference. Like, because I'm not a big fan of eating rare steak personally.
Mhm.
My big preference is like medium, like a exact medium. But you can never fucking get that if you go to a restaurant.
No,
Right.
It's either mid rare or fucking like damn near well done. But look, I have evolved past wanting my steak well done. Okay.
Good.
I eventually came around, but
So when
Nah,
I worked
I'm
as a
still a
cook
bitch.
in a kitchen, the
the
worst day
Steven
was
story.
when they told us they were changing the menu and they were going to start serving steaks. Because I was like, nobody is ever satisfied with the way you cook a steak.
no.
Because
That's
if they
true.
order it well done and you give it to them well done, they wanted a charcoal briquette. If they order it medium and you give it to them medium, they really actually wanted it medium rare or medium well usually. And then you're screwed up. If they order it rare and you give it to them rare, they then tell you undercooked it. And you're like, nah, man, that's rare. Because people they have a different mental image of what a steak being cooked like is than like the service industry
it's also
itself
just-
does.
It's just that, like, I don't know, man. Restaurant steak sucks. It just
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, I can agree
Tell 'em
with
about,
that.
I've home cooked my own steaks to the wrong temp and still really liked them. Right? I think it's just because in restaurants you don't get to like season to taste or anything like that. It's either that's how you like a steak, or you're probably just not going to like what you get.
Yeah,
You know?
well, and so the problem too, we had all these different kinds of steaks, like a pimento cheese stuffed steak, or we had one
Ooh.
that had like this avocado sauce and cojita
What?
cheese on it and
That
whatever.
sounds
And those were great,
amazing.
but it affects the cooking temp because
Yes.
because you got to put it in a thing
Yeah.
to melt the cheese and do whatever. So you have to undercook it, then heat it with that. So then it comes out slightly different than maybe what they were expecting because you had to go through these extra steps. And like we had good steak, like it was good cuts of meat and everything. And we used the same seasoning we used on the burgers, which was a good seasoning. It was a proprietary seasoning. But it was good. And it's one of those things that it's like If all you wanted was a salt and pepper steak, you would have been disappointed, even if you just
Right.
ordered a plain steak, because all you wanted was like a salt and pepper steak. And you probably wanted like, you know, a strip style steak, and these were like fillets, and so there's that too, like what cut of meat you get, because we served fillet steak, so that was another thing.
Which I'll also add, like, the steak tip matters a lot less the more other stuff you're putting on it, right?
Yeah.
Like, if someone wants their steak well done, but they're putting, like, a shitload of sauteed onions and mushrooms and, like, a pepper sauce or whatever, it's like, it doesn't fucking matter, dude. They're not here to, like, be a steak snob. They're here to have a vehicle for all of their sauces and shit, plus this, like, the protein meaty punch of the steak. That's it.
I think that's what a lot of people honestly want from restaurants, but it's the people you run into issues with who are the ones who have a specific thing in mind. And then they went to a restaurant to try and get that, even though they weren't going to get it because they wanted this specific thing that they should have just made at home because it would have been better. Not because I don't want to deal with the BS, but because it literally would have been better. And you would have spent less money. But
right.
like, I get the idea of going out to a restaurant, but steaks were just never the thing to order. I will say, though, because Panda was saying something, and I guarantee you were going to ask the Steven question, weren't you?
Tell a story about Steven.
Yeah, okay. So my friend Steven worked at this restaurant with me. He worked in front of the house.
Let's put our faces up since we're in this mode.
Oh, since I
We're
nodded
this far
enthusiastically.
Yeah. Right.
We're up now.
So he was front of the house. I was back of the house, and I was cooking. And he wanted his employee meal to be a steak. And Steven likes his steaks alive.
Mooing.
He ordered his steak blue. He ordered his steak cooked blue. He literally was like, I want you to put it on the grill, flip it over, and touch to the other side of the grill, and then serve it to me. So I did what he asked, and I put the pimento cheese on it, because he wanted a pimento one. And I put it in the warmer, melted the cheese down, and pulling it out. And my kitchen manager sees that. He's like, whoa, you can't serve that to people. And I go, oh, it's for Steven. He goes, oh, okay, that's fine. So, yeah.
Oh, one of us is eating it? Nah, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I don't care.
Right?
I don't care about us.
Staff don't count as people.
Yeah.
You're staff.
No, I think the favorite way I've heard, like, I want my steak raw is like, take it out of the fridge and slap it around a little. like what?
Nah.
Just like put on rubber gloves.
Like literally?
It's like, oh, it's like that Reddit post that was the math of how many times you have to slap a turkey to cook it, or a chicken. I think it was a chicken.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, how many times you have to slap the steak to cook it?
I watched a YouTube video of a dude making a machine that cooked a chicken by slapping it.
Wow.
Yeah. And
All right.
He ate it. But he was like, man, I really should have put some seasoning on this. Like, for all that, he was so excited that he tastes like, it's cooked. It's bland, but it's cooked. Yeah.
All right. So before we become like a channel that just talks about food, because we easily could do that 100%.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get started.
Should we? I need to figure out where the hell the
thing
chat
we said
is.
we were gonna do.
Oh, there it is. Ah, JB is lurking today.
The lurk.
Cool. That's fine. So who are our other regulars? We gotta get Ellie in here. We need to get Long Scarf to also vote. Whoever else is watching right now. Yeah, somebody drop the Discord link. We have a vote going on for the next big job that the party is going to do. So I set up a little Google Forms, whatever it is, poll that you can go and vote in, pick your favorite, and we'll see which one wins. Currently, there is something in the lead, but it can easily be beaten. It's by literally one vote. So, or I think it is. Actually, I haven't looked since
Every
JB
vote counts.
Let me go verify that. And while I do that, Panda, if you'd like to start the recap.
Oh yes.
We all ready for you.
Where's the link for the Discord?
Oh, I'll get it.
Thank you.
I got it.
Yeah.
No worries.
Well then, me. Voice work good, yes? Okay. last time on Into the Store.
The cat wanted too much, so we couldn't afford to keep paying it. Sorry, guys.
What?
The joke last time was you were being voiced by a cat.
Oh, like
The geriatric cat.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was about the pay. It's definitely still alive.
We spent like a week in game, kind of doing things and stuff. Sam bought some weapons, replaced the spear, and bought a bow. Lamia bought some well-priced potions. I have in quotation marks. She also spent the mornings training Hattie in some combat things, I believe. In the mornings, having to wake up at the crack of 5:30. Eli took a job to find a grape. A singular grape. One grape. And he didn't know what a grape was. So he asked Sam. And Sam told him what a grape was. Ginger over that week got pretty woolly. You know, it was at like 45% wool. Eli found the grape. He turned the grape in. The guy was thankful, but also kind of underwhelmed at a grape being a grape. And he got a rock. Burnstone, that is. And also some gold, but you know, the true treasure is the rock, the burnstone, which you can throw at people and it hits their armor and makes them weigh a lot. Is the basic synopsis I have written down.
Yeah, basically, it'll increase their load. So if they're like at a light load, it'll put them at medium. Medium will put them at heavy. If they're at heavy, they'll be overpowered.
I mean, weren't you looking for weaving supplies? Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought them and deposited them at Alduin's with
we've
Eli's permission.
Yeah, she found a area in Alduin's to house those weaving products. Sam had a dream that he was falling, but holy crap, he was actually falling. And he latched onto a tree, and he heard animal noises, and he recognized every single one with a nat 20.
Yeah.
All the animals.
All the animal noises. A lot of this episode, or last session, was taken up by this little last bit, so I have a lot about it. He followed the squirrel around, was going down the tree, and he kept hearing some kind of predator noises, and the squirrel is actually like some kind of gliding squirrel or a flying squirrel, because it did that at some point. And as he's climbing down the tree, he spies a tiger. But the tiger's, as I have, Beeg with 3 E's. It is a house-sized tiger, like a 40-foot tiger. In comparison to Sam, that is. And it has some kind of hawk corner that is hurt, and it is on high alert looking for something, probably Sam. So Sam is sneaking down this tree trying to figure out what to do, and he feels bad for this hawk. So he I have here he pulls a jump on face maneuver on the tiger with his gloves of the ice bear, and he pretty much just latches on with those, which are basically spiked gauntlets. And Tiger has a hard time getting them off, and finds an opportune time to dismount as the tiger's thrashing around with the equivalent of, I don't know, a briar stuck to its face, some sort of spiky thing, and he scoops up that hawk that was on the ground, and all of a sudden the hawk is hawk size, and the tiger is still a tiger but tiger sized. And I try to the tiger was talking, pretty much calling me a coward if I was hiding, so that's why I jumped at its face. I try to intimidate it down to saying, "Hey, find another food. This one's not for you." It pounces at me, and I wake up, and I'm there, and the bird's there, and I'm just wake up in my bed, and oh, it's weird. And bird kind of has some questions, just it doesn't talk to me, but just gonna hear a faint, thing from it, just asking if friends. I go, yeah, friends. Then the squirrel from previous sessions that had get down to Mr. President save me to take a blow for me had gotten dissipated and turned back into Holly and what? Holly and something else. The materials just summon it.
Sage, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, Holly and something else. The ingredients used to summon them. I noticed that they're the same little flying squirrel from my dreams. They're taking those things, and it explains that its mother, the goddess,
Gaia.
Gaia. Thank you,
Mistro Gaia.
Mistro Gaia. Yes, I need to write that down more phonetically because I see it, but it's just not. But Mr. Gaia saw something in me and says that I am one of her chosen. That this is a partner for me. This is Hawk. We left off pretty quickly after that. I was intended to get some food for this Hawk. I think we kind of ended there because it was getting that time. But did I miss anything? Anything else to add?
Would anyone like to add anything?
Yeah. Not to take your job. But
I was checking to see if in my notes I had exactly what the squirrel poofed into, but I don't. I don't think so. I think you got it, man.
I did a terrible job of trying to find Rahala.
oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Did you want to talk about your experience buying those potions at all, though, Lamia?
Let's see. The only thing I have written is the liquid. I mean, I bought them from a place called Lunder's Liquid Wonders, from likely a very upscale part of the town, and the person that makes them is named Lunder Scoot. He's a Ven. Lunder, sorry.
It rhymes. Lunder's Liquid Wonders.
He's a Ven, and he's apparently an alchemy prodigy from Benihia. And I got to describe 3 different containers for the potions, so that was fun.
And you got 3 potions. For how much?
300 gold.
Potions
Trust
cure
me.
light wounds, but these are designer potions.
Yes.
They're gonna taste good.
Designer.
There is a part. There is one part of me that remembered something I can ask, but I'll do that in game in the future. But
Fair enough. But yeah, we did kind of finish off that night. We kind of just assumed you were able to get Hawk some food, start kind of the process of nursing it back to health a little bit.
Oh, I did forget at the beginning of the session that Lamia wasn't sleeping well, and like the room smelled like smoke and stuff like that, which leads into my question, because I'm staying at the same inn that she is.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any of those issues?
No.
Interesting. Okay.
You just had the weird, the
That
after
weird
your
dream thing.
that you had the footprints leading out, and you think you walked outside at some point, but
Because having watched that again to remember everything, I was not in good shape last week to take good notes, so I watched it again, took 3 notes.
Nice.
That's something I caught, and I was like, wait a minute, I should have asked then if I had that issue, but now I'm doing it way after the fact.
You do not. It's perfectly fine here, you.
Interesting. Okay. Not that she has said anything about that.
No.
nope. All you know is I'm getting up early, and you know why?
But yeah, we will we'll jump back in here that probably the next morning after your little adventure, Sam. The hawk is sleeping rather peacefully. It already looks a decent amount better, actually. Let's see. Real quick before I forget. Yeah, it does. It does already look a little bit better. It was kind of shuddering, and its breathing was a little bit odd, the other night. But now it seems a lot more regulated. It doesn't seem like it's like flinching at its own like sleep movements or anything like that. So you can tell it is recovering.
And another night has passed, right?
Another night has passed, so we need to roll for wool.
Woolly.
Oops.
No.
You guys over there.
2% of the code.
So another 2%, which puts her at
47. But I'll do a wool check.
yeah. 40% of Ginger's coat has come in. She's starting to get fuzzy.
Yep.
But let's see. So when we pick up, just to give you guys kind of a chance to convene for a little bit here. Let's say you guys had because you also need to get paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we could I think we could probably easily say that Eli maybe planned to like have everybody meet for breakfast or something to kind of hash that out.
Having hash brown? Yeah.
Hash browns?
Hash brown
What?
out? Yeah.
Oh, hash browns.
So you guys had somewhere cheap. You probably head back to the Sunken Moon. Let's see. Probably. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be a very complex breakfast. It's going to be like some bread or like some like biscuit-like bread with like some kind of like clotted cream type condiment and tea, maybe a little bit of fruit, but nothing fancy.
And dusk melons for breakfast.
Sure, yeah.
I still have my
The
dusk
Sunken
melons,
Moon does
so-
specialize in that. Yeah,
Yeah.
A week old
Yeah.
now. How long do dusk melons keep?
they'll keep for quite a while if they're not like opened or anything. 'Cause that rind is pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
they got
melons
that
for
gourd
that.
rind. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They's made for traveling. But so yeah, you guys meet up at the Sunken Moon, and I need to go look at that. So it is no, that's actually Twilight Hill. But still, that's not too far away. You guys meet up there in the morning. They're cheap all around. They don't charge you much. We'll just count that as negligible in this case. So it'll just come out of your normal 10 GP a day kind of thing that you get for just having your residence.
Oh, okay.
Wait, we get paid to be here?
No.
Oh.
Eli has it's part of the expense of him owning that building.
Oh, okay.
You can get like mundane
I was like,
stuff or food.
It's like, I didn't know this was like Alaska. No. Like,
No. This is not a place that'll pay you to live there. There are places like that, but this ain't one of them. Yeah, so you guys meet up, and I guess to you.
So you wanted to meet up about paying us?
Yeah, hold on. Let me open my monies.
Sam is trying to put the clotted cream on the dusk melon to see how it tastes.
It's probably gonna
I
taste a
know-
little strange. I don't know if you've had. I don't know who all has had clotted cream before. I know I got some that one time. It's basically like it's almost like a combination of butter and ice cream. It's got like almost an ice cream like consistency, but it's got like a rich buttery taste.
Ugh.
So it's really good on like biscuits and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's going to be great on a on the dusk melon, but you know, it depends on Sam's tastes.
Yeah. Different.
Yeah, it's almost like a really sweet piece of like pumpkin flesh.
It could work if it had
It's a
a
little
taste of
softer
like
than
kind of like a
pumpkin.
yammy
Yeah,
flavor,
but
it's not. No.
it's not.
Oh, now I'm just thinking of Aaron putting the mayonnaise on the yam. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, so
I know I spent a good chunk of mine yesterday.
No, those are business expenses. You both get 500 gold, and I didn't want to bring it here to just hand it to you because that seemed foolish. So there's 500 gold. It's going to be at the office. I've got it bagged up and things, so you guys can take that, do what you want, find a bank, put it in your mattress, chill money now. But I just wanted to make sure you guys understood that there's that. Apologies that it took so long to pay. I did have to make sure we had all the business expenses covered, and since you guys did file some business expenses, I had to make sure we got all that squared away before I could get you your money. But it's all set up and good now that we've gone over it all.
Great. Oh, but Eli, I actually have a pouch of the treasury if we need to carry like a big sum.
Well, I mean, it's your pouch, you carry your money. I don't plan on carrying money anywhere. I don't know about you guys, but I've lived here long enough to know that you don't just go walking around town with like more than 50 gold on your person if you want to keep it.
Well, I don't even have 50 gold right now, so that'll
might
work.
find something you want to
500
buy.
gold. It's just sitting in my office.
You're rich.
Like gold, you burn a hole in your pocket. You might see something nice you want to buy, and you lose all that money real quick buying all this stuff. Right?
That's why Mia does the accounting.
Yeah. I can count.
But you have to be responsible with money, which is not something I'm particularly good at. Counting, not that it's not my strong suit, it's fine, but not counting it right into somebody else's coffers is my problem. Because cool stuff is cool.
So if you have the time later today, could you help me find Rahala? I didn't have any luck trying to find her yesterday. I just want to make sure she's getting along okay here.
Oh yeah, she should be easy to find. I mean, we could do that right after we're done eating here.
Yeah, size 7.5.
Sure.
What?
We'll just find those footprints and start tracking. Yeah. That's
That's
how we normally do it, right?
Pretty average shoe size.
Yeah. That's
This is
true.
a city full of people. It's not like you're tracking someone through the woods.
Are
You leave this one up to me. Tracking people in a city, that's more my gig. You just let me do that.
Oh, so Lamia genuinely thought, oh, is he talking about like one of the job posting now? Because
No.
Yeah.
It's just being weird.
He's
So-
he's
I'll break
blurring
you
the
the
line
feedback.
between meme and his character. Even I'm not sure which is which now.
Right. Okay, Sam. Well, but after we find Rahala, if boss Eli, sorry, if you wanted me to do any of the jobs that were lying around, I could do that.
I mean, that's up to you. Those aren't specifically targeted towards us. They're just things. If you want to do them, you do them. If you need help, let me know. We've got company resources, but then, of course, the company takes part of the profit. If you want to freelance on your own, that's fine with you.
Oh, well, okay then.
You just got to be back before we take a or I shouldn't say you have to be back. If you're not back by the time we take a bigger job, you might miss out on that. Just be warned, I guess. But I don't have anything on the docket right now anyways. We've got some other business stuff we have to conclude before we can move forward anyways.
Sounds good.
So, as you guys are eating, we'll call him a familiar face that you just haven't seen in a while. Kind of a dark-skinned, dark-haired Tertian man. approaches. Looks like it's Eofor Sunders, the man who made that guy go boom whenever you were fighting not Draza. Comes up to your table and says, he's like, "Oh, hi, I hope I'm not disturbing you. I just didn't expect to see you here. I'd been meaning to come and thank you all for helping me. Is this a bad time?"
Oh, no. Pull up a seat.
Oh, thank you. He goes and grabs a chair, pulls up. Like, I'm not going to eat or anything like that. I was actually coming to talk to someone, but I guess they're not here yet. I just wanted to kind of let you know that obviously I'm doing all right. Draza's shop, unfortunately, has mostly been uninhabited for a bit. Still trying to figure out what's going to happen with that, seeing as his sons have not returned. But likely it'll just simply be reclaimed by the city. But in the meantime...
Have you not... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Have you not been able to send a letter to his daughter or anything?
I have, though I haven't heard anything back. I imagine she isn't going to take the news well. In fact, I plan to travel to her fairly soon and check on her myself. But in the meantime, I have gotten employment again off in the Heath. Right? Yes.
I mean, I was gonna ask why you didn't try and put a claim on the shop yourself. I mean, for at least the time being.
I don't have that right as a servant unless it is, those rights are passed to me by the city or by Draza's next of kin. So, at the moment, not really an option.
That's a shame.
I have found work in the meantime out in the Heath at Modruk's Apothecary. It's run by his... Modruk, I guess, was kind of an older man. He's passed somewhat recently as well. And his young ward is running the shop now, and I'm acting as something of a second hand to them. I have some experience, and they have more, despite their youth. And we've sort of entered into a bit of a partnership out there. So if you're ever looking for potions or remedies or anything like that, anything of a holistic nature or a chemical, we could probably be of service. And I haven't forgotten. I will never forget what you all did to help me.
Lamia's like,
trust me,
leaning
I'm
on
never
the
going to forget what you did to help us out too. Because
It's better if you did.
I'm so glad I didn't have to clean that up. Anyways,
Apothecary,
Lamia-
what now? Sorry. Go ahead.
Lamia, like, with every word he was saying, was like leaning on the table and getting closer and closer.
Slowly wading backward.
How much do you charge for your potions?
Well,
As an example, your Cure Light potion.
oh, the lower end curative. I believe the market price on those would be about 50 gold. For you all, I would easily give a decent discount, maybe 40 gold. I'd have to, of course, work that out with...
I'm not gonna demand
Modruk's apprentice, but I'm
that
sure he
or
wouldn't
anything.
mind.
oh, no, that's quite fair and very generous of you. No, I'm going to look at you as you said. Yeah, first off, no. Secondly, didn't you just buy some potions? Why are you asking about potions?
Because the price. I'd like to know where exactly this is, so next time when we come back from a big adventure, I can go to them instead of Liquid's Wonders.
Oh, you went to Lunders, did you?
Sure. You do whatever.
It was the only place I could find when I was looking.
Yes, sorry I didn't get to you sooner. Look, far be it for me to say that Lunderscoot doesn't know what he's doing. The man's a genius, to be completely honest with you, but...
I do have a very...
I wouldn't be able to afford to shop there, personally.
Did we record on Zoom?
On Zoom, no.
Okay. I know sometimes that we have to do the yes, whatever thing.
Oh,
I just wanted to
sorry.
make sure Yeah, it just
Oh,
I had
shoot,
that sudden
yeah.
realization. Like, did we do that?
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Un momento. Okay. I have to mute you guys' sound when I do that, or else the recording in progress thing broadcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had a realization when I was staring at Zoom.
Yeah,
like,
no,
oh.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Also, I said, what was this apothecary called now?
It'd be Mojuk. M-O-J-U-K. Mojuk's Apothecary.
Oh, I did not spell it that way.
And what, Heath?
That's in the Heath, yes.
Oh, the
It's a
Heath.
district, yeah. We're on the southeastern side of it, kind of nearest the outskirts. Kind of a bit closer to the grass and the trees and such there, a shorter walk into the forest whenever we decide to gather some herbs and the like.
Ah, yes.
Okay, I feel much better now.
And,
Thank you for the pleasant news.
Oh, you're very welcome. And then the meeting is here. But a fair warning, he does have a pet wolf. He's very friendly, but he can be a bit startling if you're not expecting it. But you all have a nice night.
Normal
too.
sized?
Morning.
I ask he's leaving.
The wolves are bigger than I thought they were. As he's walking away.
I mean, that's very true. First time you see a wolf, you're like, wow, I just thought it was a big dog. It's like two big dogs.
Okay, now you know.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys need to talk about? In character.
I don't think so. I'm just ready to go help her find Rahala.
Have I told him I have a bird yet?
You're
No.
not.
Okay. This is literally the next day, right?
Yeah, this is the next morning.
Okay, so yeah.
You just leaving it for now? Since you're
Yeah. Yeah, because the bird's still
recovering.
injured. Yeah. No reason to talk about the. It's like, yeah, I got this brand new car. It doesn't run yet, but
You've obviously
Right.
never met someone who bought a project car, Panda. And
Yeah.
I know you have. I've met your
Yeah.
dad.
I got this cool new bird, alright? It can't do anything right now. I gotta feed it. But it's dope.
yeah.
I've never
Got
seen
Ford
a bird
Falcon.
throw up
No.
as awesome as this one
The
has.
Ford Falcon.
It's got a cool
Incredible.
silver trim along the edge.
So we're
God.
naming the bird Ford now. That's what
It's
you're
got
telling
gull
me.
wing doors. No.
Oh, so it's DeLorean,
That's
okay.
awful.
Alright, so y'all split for the time being. So y'all probably hit the office again to collect your money or whatever and
I do,
put
definitely.
your stuff away.
Yay!
Yes.
Will Eli be keeping, like, if I don't take all of it, will he be keeping a note on how much I have in there?
No, you're responsible for your own money.
Okay. I will keep a
Or-
note of how much I have
Or
left in the safe.
the answer he's not telling you is you'd have to ask Mayor, and that's probably what he's
Ah.
gonna say.
That is true, yeah.
Okay.
I paid
So,
you. I'm no longer responsible
5?
for your money.
500?
Yeah.
That's what you said. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There are banks, but you don't want to deal with a bank.
Oh, I bury my money in the yard like every other country person I have.
That's
You gotta
That's
own
why I
some
dream of
property
keeping
before
your
you can do
mattress
that
big.
legally,
uh,
or go out in the woods and just fucking bury it in the woods. Which I guess you could do. You could probably find.
does
it
a
pretty
ranger
easily.
bury his gold in the woods? Yes, he does.
I don't know, I got a large sack of coins now.
I'm just imagining like a dragon just like randomly coming upon like a ranger stash. It's just like a ranger just walks up, sees this dragon just digging in this just massive pit of gold. It's just like,
Hey,
where'd you get all this? Get the fuck away from that! It's mine. Whistles for the party. Hey, call off the adventurers. It's just I smelled
Yeah.
something tasty.
I don't go into your den and start digging up your treasure now, do I? Except for that one time I did do that.
You killed me.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah, so you got to break it off. 500 each, and then you guys are gonna go help find Rahala. And Sam, what were you planning on doing?
Well, old bird is probably fed him before I left, so he should be fine for a day or take. Well, I'll go on a journey with them and help. And I won't split the party. I'll go
with them.
hang out with them. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So that's going to be a diplomacy check to gather information for Eli.
Is there?
And I get your bonus to that from Affable.
Bonus 2 to that, I believe, is what the affable bonus is. Yes.
Before you roll, is anyone aiding?
Absolutely not.
What do I roll for aid on that one?
You need
also,
to beat a 10 on a diplomacy check to aid.
I have street rolls, so no.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you guys are just following. That's fine. Okay, so that's your total bonus.
There you go.
15. Okay, and then 1d4 for time, and we'll half it. It probably doesn't matter, but just to keep it habit. It's 2 hours. All right, Lamia. So what you could not accomplish in 2 days, with Eli's help, you accomplish in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
You find out that Rahala has been in Fay Alley at in fact, since you guys aren't doing a side job, let's go to Psychon over here. Get rid of this for now. Boop. Well, she's been in Fay Alley at excuse me, good lord, at a large, rather famous tavern in Psychon called the Coincaller. And she has been performing some kind of play as of late after running into a small group of kind of fledgling actors. And they've been performing this play every other night for the last week or so. Yeah, apparently people are really liking it because it's not something everyone's familiar with. It apparently is a story. It's a play that was actually developed somewhere in Songguk, way out in the cradle. And it's about let me go back to my notes here. It is called The Rapture of the Rhyme Queen, R-I-M-E. It's not not about a rapping queen.
Oh man, that's the Winter Queen specifically, probably.
Yes.
Okay, but that would have been fantastic.
The map on the stream is not
Yeah, I have
really
to move it.
okay.
Poof. There it is. Wow, shit. We need to see the Fay Alley, which is 8.
That was me.
Yeah, it's way
when I
over
said,
here.
"Look at all this field."
But number 8, Fay Alley. Boop boop. But yes, she's been performing a play called The Rapture of the Rhyme Queen, which is about a wayward traveler lost in the frost wild of Songguk, who falls for Queen Mab and slowly freezes to death, choosing to chase her shadow rather than seek shelter and safety. And that isn't really even though people know about Mab in it's at Segien in Gurga. That's just not a play that's familiar with them. They don't know this story, so it's been getting a little bit of attention. But yeah, you find out that you can probably find her there either later in the day or definitely in the evening, because she's supposed to. She performed yesterday, so she won't be performing it tonight, but she'll be there at that night, kind of promoting it if she's going to do it again. Okay. So you'll be able to find her.
Okay.
That's a sad story. Yeah, talking about the play.
Mm-hmm.
I like the ones where everybody gets married.
You mean comedies. When I was growing up, the only plays we ever had were definitely ones where everybody died. Or instead of everybody dying, everybody got married, but to the wrong people, which I always thought of as kind of a tragedy in itself. But also a weird premise for a play. Just a bunch of people getting turned around, marrying the wrong people, and then just not doing anything about it. Like, it's forever or something. I don't know. Plays are weird.
It is kind of fun to do dress up and do stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things that I didn't get to see till I was much older, I think. And then even then it was definitely new to me. It was not something we had a lot of when I was very young. So
Eli, roll me a knowledge local real quick.
Sure enough. Any modifiers to this roll before I roll it?
No, just one.
Sweet.
That was almost a one.
It was indeed almost a one.
No, you know about the Coincaller. Obviously, like I said, it's famous. But also, Fay Alley is a bit... I don't even know if you'd call it famous. It's more notorious. There's a lot of superstition and such surrounding it, especially on days or nights after the rain has stopped and started again. People tend to... It is rumored that people disappear if they wander around at night in Fay Alley, especially if the rain has just begun that morning. Okay. Most of the stories tend to center around the disappearance of women or children, for the most part. And generally, you get kind of a mixed bag of people who believe in the superstitions or who just think it's a load of baloney. It's kind of 50-50.
Like most superstitions.
Right. The Coincaller specifically tends to kind of lean into this, and at the turn of midnight at the end of the week, they pretty much have this big kind of gathering of people that will share spooky stories and that kind of thing, to kind of send people off kind of paranoid and skittish into the night.
Yes.
For those who are brave enough to sit through it. So it's kind of a famous stop for bards and traveling storytellers and the like and stuff to kind of participate in that. But also, you know that Hattie's mother is the chef at the Coincaller.
Ooh, cool.
Well, okay. I'm glad I finally know where she is. I guess I wanted to get started on one of those jobs, but I guess I'll take the time and visit her tonight.
I think going to a show could be quite fun. Sam, you want to come?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like a good time to me.
All right. Let's do it. I'll see if Mia wants to go. He's going to say no, but I'm going to ask to be polite.
Crap.
I thought she wasn't doing a show tonight because she did one yesterday.
She's not, but there will be a show, but she's not.
There will be a show.
Tonight.
Oh, okay.
She will be there, but she won't be doing a show tonight. Yeah, there'll be something happening for sure. Cool. So are you guys all gonna kind of wait for that? Anything during the day, or is that pretty much it?
I don't think I've got anything else other than eventually that meeting with the people who are talking about buying up properties. But other than that, I don't have anything on the docket really.
Okay.
Have I already trained Hattie today?
Yeah, this would have been. I don't think everybody else came to breakfast at 5 a.m., so you definitely would have been done with that.
I was just making sure. Yeah, no, I don't have anything else today either.
Okay. Okay, so kind of during the course of the day, you will hear from Mayor that says, Sir, the Dorat family has sent one of their, oh god, what is his name? One of their helpers to negotiate this deal they're talking about. I've been notified that he will stop by tomorrow morning, so you'll want to be here for that.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll make sure to be up in the office bright and early for that.
I did do a bit of research on the family. Appears they are quite powerful and much in Setseki are much more influential in Seltans in the west, the port in the west. And he looks over at you, Sam, and says, "You came from Delancia, correct?"
I nod vigorously.
Yes, and you likely ventured through that port. Apparently, that's where most of their influence is, but they've been starting a number of businesses from this direction. I just wasn't able to find any details on this business as much, other than that it does deal in some amount of trade, but we'll say that we have some overlap. Acquisitions and the hiring out of assistants with odd jobs and the like seems to fall within their forte.
Interesting.
And now I pretty much started at the west of Sensei and headed here.
It's not unlikely that you run into some manner of their reach. Either their reputation is overblown or they are fairly well established.
What do they do exactly? Like just trade in general, or?
In Seltans, they do have a thriving number of contracts with many of the traders in the area. They provide good lord, lots in the surrounding area. They hire out, they act as middlemen for protection as well as training mercenaries and the like, but only locally, not actually trained soldiers for war, for domestic venturing and the like, protecting caravans and traveling towns and the like.
Well,
but some of their other businesses do a lot of what we do.
Would I have dealt with them when I was... This is me to DM. Would I have dealt with them like when I was pretty much being hired on as like a hanger-on caravans, just extra eye, hand?
It's very possible. Let's do a... give me a D10 and give me high or low.
Low.
Okay. That's high.
Oh,
so
that's high.
You've heard the name. You actually think... Actually, are you trained in knowledge local? If not, just an intelligence check.
No.
Yeah, just an intelligence check then.
Straight.
Yeah.
So ask before I roll. 12.
So, yeah, you never worked for them, but you definitely heard about it from some of the other people that you traveled with. Most people didn't call them, at least not the like mercenary stuff you talked to, didn't refer to them as the Dorat family, D-O-R-A-T. They referred to them as, oh god, I have too many notes. Hold on. They referred to them as Hearth Modrek, M-O-D-R-E-K.
I will say this. Are they related to like the Hearth Modrek? Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yes, they are Hearth Modrek. The leading family over that hearth is Dorat.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, are we worried they're going to come, like, clear out all our jobs, or?
I believe their intent is to buy out our business.
Oh.
Specifically, this lot of land is what was actually proffered, but I have reason to believe they don't want us to be competing with them.
Obviously, they never heard the axiom that competition breeds success. Okay, well, that's going to be an interesting meeting.
And I'm not sure if you were made aware or if you understand the practices in Segia, but currently, I believe the reason that our building is targeted is given the military tensions. People are not allowed to buy additional housing or lots. It's all been requisitioned by the military. And so they can't simply go out and buy another building. They have to get it from someone who is currently in ownership of it.
Look to Eli and goes, it's a good thing we kind of talked to Eofor earlier, because worst case scenario, we might have a hookup on that one by the docks.
Likely, based on what he said, the city's going to reclaim that quickly, especially due to all the military tension lately and the need for buildings. They'll probably pick that place up real fast because they have legal claim to it since the owner's deceased and his next of kin haven't claimed it recently. So they'll pick that up super fast.
Well, I guess you'll just worry when it comes to that point. You'll be.
I have to
up for
agree
tomorrow,
to sell
right?
it to them. Yeah, I have to agree to sell it to them.
Or at least to give up your lease.
Lease, yeah. Which, I mean, they can jog on, you know.
Which I guess brings me to another point. I believe the son of the landlord is in town at the moment. Should I try to set up a quick meeting with him?
Yes, that's true. I do need to get to know our new landlord.
Might be better if we speak to him first.
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea.
Very well. I'll get on that right now. Straightens his
Well,
clothes and goes back into his office. So, he gets on that very quickly, and about an hour or so later, he actually leaves and comes back about an hour or so later, once you're done doing whatever other things you might have been doing, and you guys meet back up again. He says he is open to a meeting, though currently he is in Twilight Hill at the Sunken Moon. So if you'd like to meet him, that would be where?
Interesting. I wonder if that had to do with something with Eofor's meeting as well, since he also is in the Sunken Moon. You know, it's possible this guy owns both those buildings.
It is possible.
Who knows? Coincidence, right? There's no way. I mean, there's a way, but there's also not supposed to be such thing as coincidence. Well, so I was told.
So you guys head back to the Sunken Moon?
Yep.
Yeah.
I will.
Sam, I'm guessing you probably stop by your to check on your bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go take care of a feathery friend at the. So just give me a minute. I guess during that hour I could have done that. But.
Yeah, pretty easily.
I know it's not 10:30, but can we go ahead and take the break now because of all of our rushing around and mess up with Roll20 earlier? I did not get to pee before we started this.
Yeah, we can break now. It's fine.
Okay, appreciate it.
We can,
thank God.
We'll come back at 05. 10:05.
Awesome.
Not 10:05. Not 05. 15. 10:15.
15.
Okay.
All right, I'll see y'all in the past. 2 minutes ago, we came back.
Traveling to the
We
past.
did.
So yeah, we'll go to the way screen. We'll be back at 15 minutes after. Yeah.
Those and oh my
Oh,
god,
that's so mean.
because they play up the like goofiness of a play where
Yeah.
it's like somebody comes in from outside, right? And instead of having where the like fake snow mists in behind him, and they know the stagehands know how to hide it. The stagehand is sitting directly behind the dude, so you see him throw the snow at his back and then jump out of the way. It's like that's on purpose.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Everything Goes Wrong is the name of the production.
Everything Goes
You might know,
Wrong.
like,
Oh,
the play where
yeah.
everything goes wrong, or Peter Pan Goes Wrong. They also recently did a Christmas Carol Goes Wrong, where somebody in the BBC is actually doing a legit, like, this is the synopsis, that somebody in the BBC is doing a Christmas Carol with actors, blah blah blah, and literally this troupe of people come in and like knock out the
Ellie's
actors,
here.
tie up all the crew, and like move into a room, and they take over the play and put it on themselves.
Hey, Ellie's here.
Ellie,
Oh.
Shout out to Ellie in the chat.
what
Yeah.
up? Did you vote
Make sure you go vote.
in
Uh,
the Discord?
before we get back to it, I do just want to read my fortune cookie that I got.
No, show it on the
is,
camera. Put it in the camera.
Well, you really can't see very well. Well, I'll read it and then I'll hold it up. But don't let statistics do a number on you. In Christmas cards.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I got a dad joke.
Wow.
Fortune cookie.
I love it.
What was that fucking threatening one? This is like read this or die or some shit.
It wasn't quite that. It was like
It's
read
like-
to live is what it was.
Yeah, read to
But
live.
it's just like when you read it, you're like, is this fortune cookie threatening me?
Right?
Read to live.
Yeah.
It
Look,
kind of implies
I'm
that
glad
it's
I
like,
read
read
it.
the fortune cookie or die.
Yeah, the way it was
Sounds like
phrased,
a
it just
song.
seemed like that for a second. And you're like, I know what it's saying. It's saying reading is important to life and whatever, but it just came across a little
Pretty sure it's not read to live.
Still,
that
the-
sounds.
The best fortune cookie I'd ever seen was me and my friend Colin. And I've told you guys about this. It was nonsense. It said, oh god, I'll have to remember verbatim. It said, all right, let's go. Whole wheat, low fat green tea. That's all it said. And we're just like, what?
That's a thing. Yeah, the one I got was if the table moves, move with it.
Oh, apparently we have soothing voices. I'm glad to hear that, Ellie.
Well, especially because Panda doesn't sound like he's being eaten from inside by a cat.
Oh, yeah, that definitely.
Yeah. We told him not to eat that cat. You don't just absorb its powers because you eat it.
I know.
Also, it was-
I just want to be able to, if I'm falling, to land on my hands. Okay.
This was a profoundly unhealthy cat. You could have eaten a much more athletic cat. Like, 99% of cats, like, if you could eat something and absorb their powers, like, almost any cat you eat, you're gonna be better off, right?
No.
You'll be more apathetic, so you won't give a shit about stuff. You'll be able to land on your feet. You'll, like, purr, and people will just be nice to you for no fucking reason.
Yeah, Ellie, Panda
cats
is
are
feeling
assholes.
better.
Yeah, I'm feeling way better. I took my temperature earlier and it said 100 and something. I was like, that's not right. I'm just literally physically hot. like my forehead was hot or something. I was like, that's not a fever. That's a misread on that because I hit my arm and it was like 98.
You know, I have had those though, like where you get out of bed or whatever, and you're like, you take your temperature and it's hot or whatever. And you're like, is it because I was under covers or what? And then I realized that it's probably not, because I sit out here in the garage where it is cold. I enjoy
Frigid.
it, and my temperature is the same. So, my
Anyway.
temperature is
Dave
different.
brought me a... What was that? Was that a 7-Up or a Sierra Mist or something?
I
Whatever
think
it
was
is.
a ginger ale.
A ginger ale, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh
He had
yeah.
a diet ginger ale. And he goes, hey, do you want a ginger ale? And I was like, sure. And he brought me the coldest can of ginger ale I have ever held. And it was just sitting in the garage where he spends his whole damn day.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Like
it
a
was
40
colder
degree.
than refrigerator cold.
Yeah.
Like I grabbed it, like, oh my god!
It was when it was like 20 degrees outside,
I thought
so
it was gonna
cold in
stick
here.
to my fucking hand. It did, and then it was delicious. Anyway, we're back.
Yes.
Are we?
Ellie, go vote.
Yes.
You don't want Trump in the house again, do you?
We also have more
Oh.
ginger
Wow.
ale in the house. Vote ginger ale. Anyways, we do have more
Uh.
ginger ale in the house, thanks to Panda.
Anyway, so we're on our way to the sunken moon
You are-
to
you are on your
potentially
way.
meet.
Yes. You are on your way to the
We're
Sunken
on our way.
Moon. Meet
The landlord,
with the
essentially.
son of the landlord, who
The
is
son
now
of the
the new
landlord.
landlord.
Yeah.
Because Pops was like, I'm done doing this. It sucks. Or whatever. He quit.
Yeah,
He retired.
or whatever.
For whatever reason. Maybe he's moving. But either way, you
He's
go meet
going
the son.
to Hayethe, Florida.
Hayethe, Florida. Yeah, where all the old people go.
Yeah.
What the hell is Hayethe, Florida?
I was thinking about that actually. I was like, where would Hayethe, Florida be?
I have to figure that out. But not right this second. I gotta figure that out, though.
No, come on. I know the answer. It's the Yangdong territory. That is 100%
Oh, God, yeah, it
Florida.
is the Yangdong territory.
100% Hayethe,
What?
Florida. Because the Yude's
alright,
goons
gotcha.
alone.
I have to take it as the map to show you what I'm talking about now.
Sorry for
Oh,
derailing
God.
even more.
I don't even know if there is a... Yeah, there's no world map on this one. I'll have to do...
Oh my gosh.
Let's just get it did. Okay, I think if I go maps, nations, continue. I think this will show it. It's loading. It is. All right, so there's a little bit of lore for y'all. Oh god, clear up. Stop. Okay. The Yandong territory, here, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but like, you know, you could probably read it. It's to the west of the Union of Songguk, to the east of Gaeum. It is basically a lawless stretch of land inhabited mostly by like thieves and like bandits and just general outcasts of society that have kind of made their own. It's not a nation, it's chaos. But there are
And
cities
furries.
there. And what?
I said and furries.
I mean, there is a big wolf man there, whose voice I'm not going to do right now because my throat kind of hurts a little bit. But there is a wolf man that wears a top hat that wanders around there carrying a big sword and threatening people. And, yeah, it's just awful. It's just terrible. And my Wednesday game got to go there. All right. Let's close
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna say I don't know. My new best friend lives there. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, they did meet some very friendly bandits named Yoon's Goons. And so
I love it.
they pay them a lot of money to be friends.
They were so close to me just absolutely trying to murder them.
But okay, yeah, the lore moments. So yeah, we're back, and you guys are gonna meet. You're gonna go to the Sunken Moon and meet with
Yes.
the boy. I'll bring my notes here and bring that back up over there because I done fucked up my setup by showing off weird stuff. Okay. You guys move on to Twilight Hill, to the Sunken Moon. And when we get there, it's pretty obvious whose table it is, because they weren't there before. The son is there for sure, but he's not alone. He has it's him, and he is a kind of younger, fairly kind of thin build. He's got some like very nicely trimmed facial hair, like kind of goes all the way down the lines of the face. He's got like kind of a longer goatee, a very trim mustache. He's pretty fair skinned. He doesn't look like he's out in the sun a whole lot, which it can be tough to get sun when it's raining all the goddamn time, but it's not impossible. But this kid's been inside for the most part. You can tell that he probably just came from a barber. He's got this very like well kempt, like kind of swept, almost like feathery hair. It's like kind of all like swept one direction. And it's very trimmed on the sides of his face. You see some kind of design sort of in like the left side going around the back of it, like a fade across there. He is wearing like an open, like very nice looking long sleeve shirt to like kind of show off his musculature, which I mean he's fit, but he is kind of skinny. He has this like bead, this looks like pearl and like some kind of beads on like a necklace that goes down to a pendant that looks like the symbol of a star. some kind of like a 6-pointed star. Yeah, 6-pointed star made of gold. And you can see that there's two people. There's two other like guys around the same age to his right. One's kind of swarthy looking. Definitely doesn't pay as much attention to the facial hair. He's got kind of longer, like shaggy locks. He's much more filled out than the son, who is sitting there apparently trying to hold in laughter, while what looks like kind of like a shorter, also fairly stocky, not super fit looking gentleman to like on the other side of him is just laughing his ass off, and he's like trying to keep himself from knocking stuff off the table. He's like trying to hold his arms in and whatnot. And there is a lovely young woman, looks like Vishkanya. The rest of them are Demi, but a lovely Vishkanya young woman sitting to the son's left, who's just kind of shaking her head and like has like a wry grin on her face, and just kind of like hides her face in her what looks like a glass of tea. And they actually do have crystal, like a glass and such, not like the wood and clay cups and stuff that most of you guys have. And they have like a spread of food sitting there. The son himself, who you would know to be Danut, and his hearth is the same hearth as your landlord, which is Vanash.
Okay.
Vanash, Vanash. And family name of Creed. We already put that in there. His father's first name is, I don't remember. It's Adalkhan. Adalkhan.
All right.
Sorry, I just glanced over at the conversation that's happening in chat. Anyway,
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I saw how long it was. Oh, I didn't know. So anyway, yeah, you guys see all that shit happening over there, and Danut seems to be mostly just eating. He seems the least amused at the table. He actually looks a little tired. How do you approach?
We set up to meet him here, or he said he would be okay with us meeting here.
He'd be okay with you meeting here.
Okay,
so
I think I'm just gonna grab.
think he is expecting you, but
Okay, I'm gonna just grab a nearby seat and kind of let their conversation peter out for a minute, and like jump in when it slows down a little more.
it seems like you walked in right as there was a lull.
Okay.
Like they were kind of laughing or whatever, and then now they're starting to eat again.
Then I'll just walk over and introduce myself. Be like,
There's your
G'day.
approach. He kind of glances up at you at first, and then pauses, and you say "G'day."
yep,
G'day, mate.
just like that. G'day.
I'm from Hayethe, Australia. Anyway,
Yeah, I am indeed. I'm not from Roroa, anyways. Where everything wants to eat you.
Right. So he says, "Good day." Oh, you're Eli. You're the tenant, yeah? In
All right,
Windforge?
yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Have a seat. Are they with you?
They sure are. They're associates of mine.
Yeah. Pull up chairs. We have room.
Thank you.
This is Lini. This Farouk, and I've been drinking too much. Yanesh, friends of friends of mine. Dad said you're from. You grew up with a Persian or something.
That I did.
Yeah, these two did speak that. Mine is pretty bad, so I will keep with Ulo for now. But yeah, what's going on? Your guy, Mayor, said you wanted to meet me about something.
Oh yeah, so we were approached recently by family business, I guess, wanting to talk about buying out our lease, and I just wanted to chat with you since you're a new landlord about how we probably won't be doing that, but just to be on the lookout for these people coming around and, kind of giving you the business on trying to buy out some property.
Okay. So people are going to try to buy your lease?
They're supposed to have a meeting with me in the morning, and I definitely wanted to check with you and talk to you about it before any meeting with them, since you are the new landlord.
Okay.
Just figured, it'd be respectful and all to make sure to run everything by you before.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So you're... Sorry, I'm not completely abreast of the details. So there's people who are going to tell you, or who are going to try to buy you out of the place. And look, if you want to do that, that's okay, as long as as long as the rent is paid, and you're not breaking laws or something.
I'm probably going to tell them no unless they give me an offer that'll just absolutely knock my socks off.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, I think I get. So you think maybe they're going to try and talk to me about it, and you're wanting.
Right. When I tell them no, they'll probably come talk to you. And I just wanted to make sure that we are still good for our lease, like you said, as long as the rent's paid, everything, so that way they don't, buy it right out from under my feet.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay. So, just so I know, who are these people? Are they, really wealthy, or?
Hey, Patrick.
Yeah.
Can I do a sense motive to see if he's actually drunk?
Sure. You may.
Okay. No bonus?
Nope, flat.
Okay. Nah, he sloshed. Oh my god.
Yeah, you're not sure. Your parents didn't drink a lot, and it's hard for you to tell the difference. The varying levels, sober and, drunk. In between, it's too tough.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Who are these people? Yeah, they're I guess they're like a family that runs a lot of businesses similar to what I do across Delancia and all the way through here. You said what the hearth was. I already forgot.
Oh, Modrek.
Okay, I need to write that down so I don't forget. They're from the Harp of Modrek, and they apparently run businesses all across a large area, mostly doing reclamation and things of that nature, similar to the work I perform. So they're obviously, besides trying to buy out a lot of property, they're not happy with competition, I suppose.
No. Moment. Nini, paper. Thank you. It's drawings. Modrek? He's written it out to make sure he's got it right.
Yep.
Shit. Okay. You might take their offer, just so these guys are loaded. But no, I see. You got the business. And you wouldn't be able to set up in Saigon if you did that.
Right.
Fuck, man. So, excuse my language. I don't care. Okay. You're right. They don't like competition at all. They're kind of looks around a second. These are not good people, Modrek. They're do you know their reputation?
I've heard snatches here and there, but it's always good to hear more.
they're like, uh, so the patron, he has information as soon as I pull up my notes about him that I closed because I restarted my computer. Huh.
What is a computer? Sorry.
It's some kind of weird spell, you know. I don't pay attention. I let like my accountant handle it. There we go. So the patron of that hearth, Visku, he made most of his fortune, quite frankly, mostly being a loan shark. Took the small amount he inherited from his parents, who are like war heroes. Stay like his brothers and sisters like studied abroad, and like his whole family is very successful, but most of them do not live in. They're no longer Setsi. They've moved on to other places. But he mostly made money by lending it out and charging a lot of interest, you know. And paying people who were good at helping him collect on that kind of thing, and like obviously he's got some legitimate businesses, but it's I don't know. It's really I think it's his wife, Pressa, the Thulian woman that's with him. That she's very nice, right? Gorgeous. Like it's hard to put into words, but she's very kind. But I have a weird sense from her a lot, and I know that like maybe 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, is what my father tells me is when they became really scary when those two hooked up. She showed up here, and that's when their businesses started growing, and people that I don't know. If you're not their friend, man, you just kind of you lose your things, you lose your toys. I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but I didn't know that they were even in town. Like, they're supposed to be West Enders. These aren't like... I don't like that they're expanding out here, you know? But to put your mind at ease, my father specified to me that you were a good tenant, to be kind to you, and, you know, I'm not going to, you know, go back on my father's honor and like sell something out that you don't want. Like we are in an agreement. Yeah. So that will stand above whatever they offer. But you might consider it if you don't want the trouble, you know?
Right.
Or try to work something out. You know, just be careful. I think is really what I want to tell you. Just be careful.
Well, I appreciate the warning for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. Meeting them tomorrow?
Right, yeah, in the morning.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, well. That's going to be here a while, but probably going to go back to Kashyyyk for a little while. They're going to be here. So, here, what I'll do, I'll have someone come by, drop details where you can mail me, that kind of stuff. You can use the same office to pay rent, that kind of thing. None of that has to change. Just if you need to contact me directly, I'll get you mailing details, that kind of thing.
Great. Appreciate that.
God damn it. Well, yeah, if you guys are hungry, Yeah, there's a lot of food here, so yeah, have your fill.
I will just grab like a random thing and just pop it in my mouth and be like, I must be going. But I do appreciate your generosity and all of the full warning.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. He reaches out to shake your hand. It's good to finally meet you. Good to meet you. Like shaking everybody's hand.
Yeah. Samuel Goodbean.
Well met, Samuel. Shakes your hand, Lamia, or tries to.
No. Well, like one of her hands like has a big piece of bread, and then she's like,
He like almost laughs at that. But you can tell he's pretty worked up.
Yeah.
Just guys, you all have a good evening. Like I said, just be careful. Don't piss them off.
got it.
See, like his friend kind of like puts a hand on his shoulders, just like, it'll be all right. Don't worry. It'll be all right. No, yeah. Whatever. They show up. We got your back. They're kind of trying to gas him up. I'm assuming you guys head out after that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And as we head out, like once we're away, Lamia will offer, like, do you want me there in the morning, just in case?
It's fine. They're not gonna try and muscle me out or whatever. Plus, my I don't know if you know this, but my entire reputation is built off of not pissing people off. It'll be fine.
Okay, I mean, I happen to be there in the morning with Hattie, so I could be there if you need me to.
Not. Well, I'm fine.
Oh, Mayor's probably Mayor. Mayor's probably gonna be there, and he's scary enough on his own.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right.
Okay.
Not in a
You'll still be nearby, right?
Physically intimidating way, but it's one of those things that.
But don't upset the old man.
He got old man strength.
Got Mayor just being like sheer force of grumpiness. I've got a tailor that definitely looks like he killed people for a living in a past life. I've got this. Don't you worry.
You're talking to the tailor. Hey, can you stop by my office in the morning just for a little while? You don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
Just be there.
just
Just be there, but wear your gloves.
Oh god,
Don't we
this
have
suddenly gives me the image of the he wasn't a butler, the dude off of Hellsing.
Yeah, the fucking butler.
Yeah. Oh, wait, he was a butler.
The
Okay,
Streamcaster guy. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's what I was thinking of.
Okay. All right.
I would have given him a German accent, but I can't do one consistently enough.
Shaman needs my back.
I'm working on it.
Okay. So I guess
But yeah, so you guys bounce out of there, and then otherwise you head to the Coincaller later.
yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, there's time to kill in between that. I'm gonna.
There is.
That helmet that I took from the caves and everything, the disguise helmet that I have kept this entire time. I'm gonna see if I can pop that dent out that's in it.
You should have popped the what?
I believe it was dented at some point. Like there's
Oh, yeah.
it was part of the description. So I'm like trying to like clean it or whatever. I'm just in the office cleaning it, trying to like. No.
Okay. I don't know. That's pretty. You spend time doing it. I think you could be able to.
Yeah, I think that's just what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I literally just when I got back to the office, I put it back in the storeroom. Is literally just this is equipment now. Like
Probably one of those things where you're like messing with it, and then like eventually Hattie sees you, and she just kind of does that thing where she's like, "I think I have a tool for that." And there's like bringing tools over, and it just like gradually becomes this project where you finally get the fucking thing buffed out. Now you got a helmet. It's just like a regular old helmet, though.
Yeah, now it's like a clean helmet though.
It's a clean helmet.
Not a bandit.
No dent.
But now back in the storeroom it goes.
Pile.
Yeah.
Well, since there was a little time,
Mhm.
could Lamia potentially try and start? I want to fixing / cleaning her poncho.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool.
Poncho cleaner.
Do you want me to roll a craft check?
You can, or you can take 10, because it's not even quite noon yet.
Can I take 10 then?
If you want to, yeah. So that put you at
It'll put me at 18.
18. Yeah. So you're able to pretty easily get it repaired, get it sewn up, and also because you said you bought the masterwork tool, right?
Yep.
So that puts you at 20.
Okay.
Unless you already counted the +2.
I did not.
Okay.
Redescribe.
That's 20.
Redescribe what taking 10 means.
Taking 10 is something you can do in Pathfinder or 3.5. I don't know if it's available in 5e or not. But it is basically if you have adequate time and there's no like terrible consequences for like a normal failure on your action, you can treat it as if you rolled a 10 on the die and just basically take your score +10 and use that as your check rather than roll it. That's basically like you're spending extra time to do something very carefully without like a bunch of stressors or something. It's generally not something you can do if you're under stress or if failure could be catastrophic. So
I need a little bit of a refresher, but other people may not be familiar with that. So.
yeah, that's fine. It's a good call.
I do want to say, like, while she's doing it, though, she is still poking herself accidentally a lot. Like, damn it! Again.
So, but yeah, you are able to repair because most of the damage was fairly superficial, right?
Mhm.
So you're able to get it mostly repaired. Looks nice afterward. Looks brand new almost.
Heck yeah.
All right, and then you guys that evening, or well, I mean, anything else in the meantime because you have several hours.
Well, if I have several hours, then can I potentially get started on a poncho for Hattie?
Yes, you can.
All right,
Let me
I will
see.
do that.
1 second. I'm look up crafted. Real quick. See if we can find an easy DC comparison for that.
What kind of thread are you using? Polishing helmet.
The magic thread that my parents know.
Oh.
It's a recipe given to me, but I don't know the exact names. I just know it by its color and its look.
Magic thread.
It's not actually magic.
Like in my head, I'm like rainbow sheep. Like yeah, like oh god, yeah. The sheepicorn, you know. Or...
Oh, I wish I could stop poking
The
myself
unisheep.
though.
Let's see. How much is just a... Oh, God.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't usually have crafting or any
It's
kind of checks,
fine,
so
It's fine. It's fine.
no, I'm telling the audience.
Well, the audience is fine too.
Yeah, it'll be alright. It won't take long. We'll say... Okay, so... What's it? Explorer's outfit, I believe, comes with a cloak. Yes, and a cloak. And that's 10 GP, so we'll say maybe... So it's like... A decent cloak's going to be like a gold piece. So that is 10 silver pieces. It's going to be pretty easy. Okay, so your DC is 10.
Okay.
And you're rolling with a +2 because you have a masterwork tool.
Okay. And I already have that in because I decided to put it into the thing. Since I shouldn't be crafting unless I'm here at the Alduin's with the masterwork tools.
17. That definitely beats the DC. And then... Where is it? Yeah, crafting is... As a very quick rundown on crafting in Pathfinder, to craft a mundane item, you first take its price and convert it into silver pieces. So we're going to say this is about a one gold piece item. So 10 silver pieces. Find
Okay.
the DC, which is 10. and then you're going to pay 1/3 of the item's price in the raw material cost, and that's going to be let's see, 3 silver pieces and 4 copper pieces because we round up. And so technically this check doesn't necessarily complete until the end of a week, because that's how long crafting takes. It's a week's worth of work.
Yeah, and that's fine.
But you can speed it up depending on your degree of success. So
I just wanted to get started.
Multiply a result by the DC. A result, that's a 17 multiplied by the DC of 10. So it's 170 silver pieces worth of work. If the result doubles or triples the price of the item in silver pieces, you complete the task in 1/2 or 1/3 of the time. Other multiples of the DC reduce the time in the same manner. So, so you did as a multiple of a lot. So let's see, half. Let's see, a third would be. So I'm gonna say, yeah, like honestly, I'm okay with saying you're able to finish a normal cloak because you spent part of the day repairing yours. It's not a full days of work, but basically, if you just put in the time tomorrow to finish it, you'll be done tomorrow.
Okay.
Like half a day of work through tomorrow.
Okay.
So like you're just cruising through this. It's almost like muscle memory. You never really like committed to just making cloaks or ponchos, sorry. But this is the first time you really like sat down and just kind of done it by yourself in a long time, and you're better at it than you thought. So anyway, so you get going on that. Sam, Eli, anything else before we move to the Coincaller?
Yep.
Nope, I am fine.
All good? Okay. So you guys venture into Fey Alley at night.
With a lady.
Taking out the trash at night. That's what I thought of the way you said that.
Right? Let's see. It was not just after a day with no rain, though, so that's good. You got that going for you.
Right.
See, none of you are. So as you guys are heading that direction, Sam, you are. You swear that you keep hearing people laughing as you guys are heading toward the Coincaller. And like you kind of glance over, you think you have like a group of people like giggling and chuckling or whatever, and you look over, there's nobody there. And a little bit further down, you hear it again, you kind of look over, you see like shadows of like maybe people behind a building or something. And first to you, it's pretty clear that like, oh, these are like human or like just person silhouettes reflected by a light. But kind of closer inspection, the light looks a little odd. The light's kind of greenish, and even the people's silhouettes don't quite look right. They kind of stretch and move in odd ways, and like they turn, and they almost more remind you of like shadow puppets, but like a little bit too good. You can kind of see them turn to the side, like a mouth open, like laughing and whatever. You just like see just too many details happening as you watch that.
Can I point that out to the group?
You do.
Eli.
And even without taking your eyes off it, as you kind of point it out, they seem to kind of die down and go back to normal, and you just hear like kind of distant, soft laughter on, beneath the rain, because it is still raining like it always is. But they start to look more and more normal as you watch it, and Eli, when you look over, you can see, like, it looks like there's someone's got like a bonfire or something behind that building, and they're just having a good time, probably some people drinking or whatever.
There was something strange about the shadows, though. They weren't... I don't know.
I shrug. My shadow shrugs differently.
Stop that.
Just are noticing just little odd things like that. Just odd sounds on the wind. Start hearing kind of music from directions you're not expecting it to come from. Very faint. But just something odd about being here. It's starting to kind of give you a little bit of goosebumps as you're going. But eventually you guys make it. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, let me look at what am I knowledgeable in? Nothing like this. I was gonna say nature, but no. Because I got
You can't roll knowledge
Dungeoneering.
nature to see if this seems like anything.
Yeah, I got dungeoneering, geography, and nature. Yeah, like it. I guess to see. I guess how
Those
natural
lights were
or
natural?
unnatural. Yeah, like I guess I'll roll it.
Yeah.
We're not in a forest, so
You are not in the forest. No, you were in a city.
nor is the battle music playing. 2 to a 9.
Total 9. Okay, so the name even of this alley kind of gives you it kind of bends your perception in the direction of the Fae. And you hear a little bit about the Fae in Setsegia. More lore. But one of the odd things you've kind of noticed, difference between your homeland and Setsegia is, or maybe just Ulyss in general. In Delancia, people are pretty concerned whenever the Fae are mentioned. They're scary stories. They're spooky. They're tales of warning. The people are warned about the Fae in Delancia. In Setsegia, there's a much more haphazard kind of, not dismissive, but far less concerned sort of like attitude toward the Fae. You know that like the Amin-Zaraba religion and such is a lot more animistic, so they believe that the Fae exist. They know the Fae exist, obviously, but really, like the typical attitude is more just kind of like, well, yeah, don't mess with them, you'll be fine. No one's like worried about them doing things unless like there's activity happening. Whereas in Delancia, people don't really talk about them unless they're worried about them. So, Lilani probably a little odd to you that they call this area Fae Alley, but people like live in it. So
Yeah, I do lean to Elan. How literal is Fae Alley?
Just like shrug, and I tell them about the like some of the spooky stories and whatever the people tell me. Whatever, it's like, some people believe them, some people don't.
I kind of pull that wax cloak I have, kind of. Okay. Make sure my coin purse is tied up nice and close.
I thought I saw somewhere it wasn't spelt like Fae though.
FEY
Regional spellings are different. Yeah.
That was both at the same time. What?
FEY.
Right.
Yeah,
But I mean,
that still spells Fae.
I just said regional spellings are different.
Okay, thank you.
There's
All right.
Yeah, there's several. They spell it FEY.
Thank you, Ellie. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, typical spelling that we would be used to in real life is probably FAE, right? But unless you have fucking
depends on where you
Google
read it
to you, then it'll call them the Phi, and that's annoying. And you're writing a story about the Fae, and you want the robot to read it to you. But anyway, no. But yeah,
Right.
so
Sorry. Okay. So never mind. That would not be a.
Sam's
thing
getting a little
said then.
spooked, and well, I mean, no, you can still say that because, like you said, regional spellings are different. So that could just be not how it's generally spelled where you're at or where you're from in are you from Delhi?
I have it. Yeah.
But you are from the west. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, you guys finally make it to the Coincaller. This is a nice looking town. It is about even as you're like getting closer, Sam, you might even be starting to feel a little bit better because whereas you've kind of been walking through the streets at night and such, there hasn't been as many just like people just out doing stuff. You haven't like seen much of like active like society going on. It's been kind of dark and it's rainy and just like weird shit's going on. But as you approach the Coincaller, you can hear you hear people first and foremost. You hear drums, you hear some music actually playing, and you know where it's coming from. You see lights on, like warm orange glow of a hearth. You can hear like even as you draw even closer, you can hear like tankards clinking. You hear like people kind of singing and some other like just voices and things coming from it. All of you hear that, and you can even see your two companions seeming to respond in whatever way. Just the change in gait, or just like what they're looking, that they're seeing the same thing you're seeing. And once you finally pull up and enter the tavern, because the big expansive floor, this just like nice wooden floor. It actually, as soon as you walk underneath the awning where like the rain stops hitting you, it's already significantly warmer. Like they kind of chilled. It seems to just sink in from all the rain and just wetness and stuff. Seems to kind of start to come off of you. By the time you walk through the front doors, you're actually far drier than you would expect to be. You can like kind of hang your cloaks up and stuff on the little racks and things there. You see that there are several people in here already. Just several like round tables, just kind of all they seem sort of scattered in an odd way, and they lead up to what is clearly a stage with like curtains drawn and everything. You can see just like rows of sconces with lit torches inside of them, and none of them are crooked.
Yes. Warm up my. Gotta get my grabbers going.
Yes, your
none
grabbers.
of them are crooked. And as you're all kind of walking in, you see kind of a nearby table of people who are clearly already drunk. A couple of them like look over there and like, "Hey, welcome! Woo! Hey, yeah, got."
Lamia will wave.
It looks like they're having quite a good time.
You can see some people playing Hunter's Gambit. Some playing some like card games. You can see a corner of people that are in an intense game of silvers. You just hear the dice like hitting the tables. God damn it! And so it storms off and then comes right back. And you see like some waitresses kind of all moving around the area, like laying out food. You can see behind the counter. You can see the bartender. Older kind of salt and pepper type of beard of our dwarf man. He's fairly big. Most dwarves are pretty short, some bulky, kind of stocky builds. He's fairly tall for a dwarf. He's about 5'6", maybe 5'6.5".
Sam's pushing up on your height, buddy.
Dare he?
Right, but he is very broad. He is a muscle hamster. Yes. Like there's not a neck there. It's just like lats, and this dude is just brawny. But he seems very relaxed. He's got like a bunch of like tattoos kind of down the arm. He's wearing a pair of like spectacles, which only slightly diminish from his intimidation factor. Maybe they make him look a little calm. Take that as you will. It's completely kind of just shaved head on the top there, and you can tell he's got like this very like kind of dark, very like brownish skin. He seems very relaxed there at the bar, and he's kind of just observing everything there, and like you kind of, as you're walking in, see him. You like go over and like fill a couple of drinks. A few people at the bar. You just kind of hand someone something and kind of waves like when they like go to pay. Just and kind of waves you all in. Welcome to the Coincaller.
Thank you.
And from the other side of the bar, you see something coming out of a back room is an Avarok, which is a much bigger dwarf. But, for those of you who don't know, I don't remember if this has come up yet.
I think it did last session.
It might have, yeah. Are the dwarf orc hybrids or Avar Rakag hybrids? They are big, round. They average. I think their average height is about 6'6" and get up to roughly 7 feet tall. And they're just built naturally. And you see an Avarok come out, kind of ducks under the doorway and walks out. He's wearing what looks like kind of this like tattered hide armor. He's holding looks like a really, really nice battle axe. He's kind of holding it backwards, and you can see this leather kind of like sheath sort of on the blade of it. He's kind of hold it backwards and just walks out and just kind of squints. You can see like the red eyes like squinting at like all the light and such. And he kind of walks over to the counter. The bartender reaches up and hands him some kind of what looks like some kind of cap. And he kind of pulls it on his big head, and you can see like this crimson, like dark red curly hair, just like all like kind of all the way almost down to his waist, pulling the hat on thing. You can see like some like shadows kind of drift down over about half of his face. And he blinks a few times and walks just past you guys. Welcome. Stands by the door. Rests the axe on the ground. Here you are. And near the stage, so I can get finish descriptions, you see all sorts of people around there, and you do see a table where there are quite a few people kind of gathered around it. They all seem fairly animated. A lot of people here are pretty animated. These people I would describe more as theatric, with their gesticulations and such. And you see sitting at the table with them a woman in what looks like this like very nice looking black kind of rough dress with a corset, and it's got like these little straps that come down. You can see sort of the corset's one of the like ones that covers the bust a bit, and then there's these long kind of frilled sleeves with little lace ends after them. You can see her dark hair is kind of pulled back into several braids and a little ponytail at the back. She's got quite dark eyeliner on and dark lipstick. Don't recognize her at first, and you realize that is Rahala.
No.
And she's surrounded by other people who are having a great time. There's one young man is kind of like got like a foot on the like on his seat and is like just waving wildly into the air, trying to like you can tell he's telling a story. And I
didn't know I was in this.
she seems to be kind of leaning back and like adding stuff or like questioning parts of the story about him, and someone else is just like laughing, and one of the other people at the table is reaching over and just casually eating his food while he tells his story, which is how you know it's not Dave, because he would notice.
Yeah, that is true. Hey, hands off my food.
But you see all of that happening over there. You can tell that's you recognize after a moment that's Rahala. She just looks a bit different. She's made up now. She went goth.
She's not in prisoner clothes.
Well, Lamia, at realizing that, will just go ahead and stride over to her.
Oh, okay. I was going to elbow you and tell you to go talk to her, but never mind.
Elbow in empty space.
Yeah. I was like, oh, look, we found it. Like, literally, it was going to be like, look, we found it, but then, yeah, almost fall. Never mind, you found it first, I guess.
Yeah, just all stroll over. You can see this guy just... It was the size of it. You wouldn't believe. It was a chicken. You wouldn't... I'm telling you, this chicken is the size of this building. It was just striding across the plain. I only noticed it because the lightning flashed behind it, and the whole party I was with, he's like, what's that there? And I said, I think it's a fowl. Boom! The lightning flashes, and we notice, and behind the chicken, oh, you wouldn't want to know what was behind it, but I'll have to tell you, he's just going on. And
Patrick.
I was like, what?
Please
It's a
do not
big
tell
chicken.
me. Please do not tell me you have.
It's a big chicken.
Oh!
It's a big chicken.
I like that Dave's Dice Tower has now entered the screen.
Yes.
Mm.
I was making pyramids and stuff
Yes,
earlier.
I'm sorry, Patrick. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Rahala interrupts his story, fittingly enough.
Can
She's like, well, is this like a prairie chicken or a mountain chicken?
One of those is
It was-
a frog.
He actually stops. It was mountain chicken.
Yeah.
You know what a mountain chicken is? As you guys are approaching. Or were you going to do something, Sam?
I wanted to interject with, you've seen the mythical Storm Hashin,
Storm Ocean.
The storm ocean.
as they say in Delancia.
I am actually in character going to say, one of those is a frog.
And he's just Storm Ocean. Oh, hello. And he says in Thule to you, Sam, you speak Thule.
Aye.
I was telling the story of the mythical storm chicken.
I kind of do this where
No.
is that real? I don't know. It could just be like one of it's Nessie or something, but it could be real. It's just a.
You're pretty sure it's a tall tale. But it's not.
Okay, but I will.
There's no giant
I will.
chicken.
Then you are truly.
Sure.
But back in Ulu, I
sure
was,
there isn't.
You are truly, lucky to have witnessed such a majestic beast.
This guy knows. But what, Rahala, dear, what's a mountain chicken? What it sounds like. The chicken in the mountains. Yes, chicken of the mountains. Though it's not really feathery, Anyway, no, these are my other friends. Come sit. Motions on you, yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
They're the ones who helped me get to the city. In fact, this is Eli and Lamia, and this is Sam. All of them lovely people. So, what we've all been up to? I had actually thought about coming by tomorrow morning. Didn't expect to see you here.
Oh, well, I just wanted to come and check up on you, and you seem to be doing very well. Very happy to see that.
Man's still standing on the chair, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, yes, Lamia was quite concerned about your well-being and general healthiness. She's been looking for you for like 2 days, and then she finally decided to ask me to help find you, so we found you today.
Oh, that's sweet. No, I'm fine. And as you can see, I got my dress. It's fantastic. That tailor
feels good.
Oh, it feels amazing. He's a genius. It was. I don't even know.
I'm just like doing the knowing nod when you recommended a really good
just
dude.
going on and on.
Yeah.
For a few minutes of gushing about the tailor. Which is, yes, spirit of the thread. For the rest of you, when you come into money or make really good friends, make sure you give him a visit and tell him that I sent you. Can we? And she gets up, and, kind of motions to another table nearby. Kind of pull you to a different table.
Oh yeah,
that's
I'll get
what-
up
okay.
and do the motion for people to go.
Shh, I'll be back. No, finish your story. Finish your story about the storm chicken. And you guys all take.
Storm Hashin.
Storm Hashem.
Storm Hashin.
I also speak Thule, but
Yeah.
what I was going to talk to you about is, look, I'm not sure what your books and such look like, but I was sort of hoping you had some more openings. So I could use regular employee.
For sure. Let's see. I don't know what our book's like either, but I know that as long as the meeting tomorrow goes well, which there's no reason it shouldn't, I'll just chat up Mayor and he'll draw up employment documents for you.
Okay, good. Because, as you know, I've got some talents in a few areas other than just acting, which I would like to keep doing, but I'm sort of looking to fund my studies and such. And if I want to make it to an academy, I've either got to go to Binhir or I've got to go to the Caliphate, and that's not a cheap trip.
Sorry. Yeah.
Ellie loves how you keep collecting people.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because the opposite's supposed to be the truth.
So, I'm a person collector, thank you.
No, that people just I'm sick of this place, I'm leaving.
Yeah, but that's how you collect people. Not all of them stay.
He's polarizing. But, okay. So I'm pretty talented at... I could, help you figure out what some of the stuff you find is. I'm really good at that, identifying things. I can, draft up scrolls and the like. That'll cost extra money because I have to get materials. Plus, I can sort of make spells, because I've got the basics down, and I sort of made my own version of Reduced Person. Now, that was a bit rushed, so it's flawed, admittedly. But I can still do that. It just requires, a bit of funding for the studies and such, and I'm going to go buy books, since there's no, really good arcane libraries here. But I can do things, and I can, run the front desk, so that way Hattie can focus on the things she does.
I'm just gonna cut her off. And she says, I'm gonna be being Hadeline.
Yes, exactly. She does that so well. I'd it'd be good for her to focus on that. Why am I nervous? But thank you. I will come by tomorrow and sign things. If it's all right with.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I don't really want to go getting kidnapped or anything, or getting into fights, if at all possible.
I mean, in all fairness, I don't really want to be getting kidnapped either. So we're on the same page.
That's good. Is that all right with you two?
Yeah,
it's not my business, but yeah,
I'd be glad to have you aboard. So. Okay, good. Thank you. Sorry if you came here to see the play. I am going to do one tomorrow night. It's going to be the last one for a while. So
like I said, I was just very concerned about how you were doing and everything.
I'm good. Because I ran into this lot who are also apparently students of theatre, and not that they're too difficult to spot when they're in the area. But I was lucky to have found them, and they needed... Well, they knew the play that I knew, and they needed someone to play the Queen. So, we've been able to make ends meet. I was able to afford what I needed to afford.
I'll, interject with that. Oh, so you're playing the Winter Queen. I should have known.
I am. Which is supposedly very bad luck.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I pushed it far enough, right?
It's, there's only a couple of weird theatre traditions I know, and for some reason they all revolve around bad luck. That's one of them. There's another play that you're not supposed to run at all because it's bad luck.
That one, yes.
Yeah.
I'm half inclined to believe that superstition, and I'm not a superstitious person.
Well, I was told as a youngin' that one playhouse in the Caliphate that ran that play burned to the ground the night after, so I'm on board with that one as well.
Yeah, I think I've heard that story about more than one theatre. Was it I don't remember.
Lamia has a genuine, very curious look on her face.
Oh yeah,
it's got to do with tyrants and lions or something.
Right. There's plays that are just bad luck to run. Apparently. Also, the whole break a leg thing. I know about that.
Oh yeah, never say that. First of all, it's terrible advice, But regardless, no, if you do want to come see it tomorrow, I will be performing, or we will be performing. But you'll be here to see me, of course. And that'll be the last time we do that for a while, seeing as they're all going to be moving on, and I don't know, I'm not really into solo shows, even though people have asked about it, so I'd rather spend the time studying at this point. But I'd love to have you there. You know, you don't need to, like, pay me or anything. Everyone else will tip and stuff, but...
I mean, I'll definitely be here. Sounds like a good time to me.
What's the meeting tomorrow about?
Oh, people trying to buy out our lease.
Why?
Well,
Why don't
it
they
has to
buy
do
their
with,
own place?
well, so there's a whole lot about the current real estate situation in town, thanks to the military, and then also apparently they just don't like the competition because they run a similar, almost called it a racket. We don't run a racket, we run a legitimate business. Anyways, they run a racket, we run a legitimate business. Anyways, and they don't like the way we run a business because they're apparently a bit afraid of the competition, or so I've been told. Or afraid probably isn't the right word. They just don't want to have to deal with the fact that we exist.
Sounds frustrating. Has that ever happened before?
Not to this extent, but I've definitely had to deal with people who weren't fans of having competing acquisition services in the same city before, but they get over it.
Okay, well, I definitely hope that goes well. I don't want to interrupt that, so maybe I'll come by tomorrow afternoon.
Sounds like a plan. I'll probably be just sitting around the office. And if I'm not, Mayor will be there for sure.
Okay.
So he can at least draw up the paperwork for you.
Okay, that sounds good. I think that's all the questions I had then.
Well, excellent. Well, I don't want to keep you from your socializing in your show, so we're gonna probably kick it over there for a little bit, or at least I am. Enjoy what's going on, and you know, you can come by have a chat if you like.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, I don't want to just like buzz off of these people, so I'll go. I'll be by in a bit if you're still around.
Sure thing.
Appreciate it.
She smiles, kind of pats you on the shoulder, Lamia, and heads back over to the other table.
Before she goes
to leave, I'll catch her real quick too, and I'll just be like, oh, by the way, lovely dress, looks fantastic.
Thank you.
ask him about the Mon Schmetterling.
I'll be sure to do that. Knuckles.
I look quizzically at you.
She kind of pauses on her way over. You can see she's thinking, and she nods and like goes back over.
Lean to him and go, moon butterfly.
Aye.
For those of you who don't want to have to Google that.
Right?
What
Like, how
language
do I
is that?
spell
Schmetterling. Schmetterling. Butterfly.
Yeah. It's the moon butterfly.
Because everything in German is more.
This is extra.
Just more. More.
Butterfly. Papillon. Schmetterling.
He's Papillon.
It's extra.
Papillon.
I mean, Kinder's not really more.
I don't know.
That's what you put in a fire.
So yeah.
No.
No, see, the problem is you just said Kinder. That's not how you say it in German. It's Kinder. you gotta enunciate and gesture sharply.
I can't do that because then Patrick might just completely ban me. Like, nope. Campaign's over for Molly.
Yeah, one of these days you're gonna hear Molly try to do an accent, and it's all the thing with Molly's accent. It's always the same accent, and it's an accent that doesn't exist. No one has it. It is a unique dialect. But so you guys chill at your table for a little while.
Bear strengths. I pointed the other two.
Okay. Thanks to the second word of the context, I understand what you're saying. At first, I thought you said bears drinks, and
I
I was
did
about
too.
to go bear. Where?
Bears?
Like, yeah, I was.
Should
Not the
I order a bear for the table?
Oh, beers. Beers.
Should
Okay.
we
Okay.
play the bear for the table, guys?
I'm gonna derail
Play the
shortly.
bear.
The group, everything goes wrong. The play guys, they're all British. They did one in the play takes place in Tennessee, so they're all doing American accents. And they're sitting down there, and there's a bear statue and beer next to it. It's like, pass me the beer. And he picks up the statue of the bear and hands it to him. Not the bear, the bear! And he pulls it back and then just hands it. No! Not the bear, the bear! He does it like 8 times. And finally he's like, no, not the wood bear, the bear. He goes, oh, wood bear. Then reaches behind the couch and pulls out a huge wooden bear.
Wow.
Oh,
that's
so
fucking
good.
great.
I
It's
love
so
those
good.
kind of jokes.
Yeah.
But it is something you said,
Sorry,
bear.
but beer bear.
I was like,
Yeah,
if I get a bear, will you guys have some? I don't want to eat the whole bear myself, but can I get a bear for the table?
Yeah,
Or the
you're gonna
bar.
plate a bear for the table. Yeah.
Yeah, before I made up moon butterfly, it was going to be bear butterfly.
It's a bear butterfly.
The bear to
But it's
fly.
literally the bear in German's like bear.
The butter bear.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Lami
fucking
will
around
say,
with bear.
no thanks.
Eli,
I mean,
water.
you can grab a pitcher, and we can split it. It'll be fine.
I go up to the bar and get a picture of a beer.
A beer.
A picture of the beer, please.
Yes.
I
guess
too
a
am one of the
lager,
adults who can
right.
drink. Anyways,
So
that's how it-
they have a
the
lot
hell
of they have a lot of
energy.
selection. They have a big selection. You got, your lagers, your ales, you see several things behind the counter. He's just kind of giving you some details. Like this one is family brew. It's quite dark, quite strong, a little sour. It's kind of just like giving you like just details on stuff. This one's a mead. It's kind of brewed a little different, so it has a very. It tastes kind of weak at first, and the flavor sort of fills in. It's kind of interesting. And as he's kind of talking to you about them, you notice a woman kind of standing in the doorway that Abarak came out of earlier. Probably about right at 6 feet tall. Very, like, almost white, like chocolate, like white hair pulled back into a ponytail. It's a kind of mid-length bangs. She's looks like she's demi, kind of ruddy, like kind of reddish kind of skin tone. Not like Hebito or any like type of red, just that red, like ruddy, like healthy kind of skin tone. Very bright blue eyes, and she's also wearing what appears to be leather armor. You don't see any weapons. She seems to have like kitchen utensils and such on her belt. And she's kind of standing there with her arms folded, and she says, "Hey, aren't you Haddon's friend?"
Oh yes. Are you the mum I knew you worked here?
Oh, you're both at the bar. Okay.
Sure.
Yep. I went with it.
Let's go with that.
Sam just does the the shocked gopher look.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that we were watching an anime last night, and exactly what happened in this anime is when one of the characters' mom showed up, and he just starts like patting me like this, and like, that would be what happened exactly.
Words. Oh, yeah, I'd heard
me out,
about
babe.
you. I'm her mother. I'm Kulan.
What?
She goes over and holds out a hand. Kulan, I'm Hadlin's mother. She doesn't get her accent from me.
Oh. And she's
Shakes
6
your
foot.
hand.
I'm
Shakes your
5'7".
hand, Eli. She has a very strong grip.
Huh.
She has a deceptively strong grip. Yeah, I think Eli, you and I have met at least once before.
Yeah, we certainly have.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
It's been a bit. How you been doing?
Busy, work.
Sounds like it. Hadlin did tell me your last job went just a little bit different than expected.
Yeah, a little sideways. Definitely kept us on our toes. I think that's the polite way of saying it.
Well, I trust that we try to keep her out of trouble as much as possible, and she was playing her cards very close to the chest.
She likes to, attack trouble, and she's not necessarily a trouble attacker all the time. So yeah, it's a job in itself.
I do know that. And, she did tell me that your other friend is helping her practice. I was actually curious how that was going. All my efforts to train her have not been so fruitful.
Well, from what she's saying, it's going well, but also she's relentlessly optimistic, so it could be going terribly. I have no idea. She's over there at the table if you'd like to chat with her, though.
You just see her, like, wave. Lamia, you see this woman kind of lean over and, like, wave at you.
Lamia waves back, obviously confused.
I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk at some point. But no, I was really just curious if I'm just gonna take at face value that y'all are being as safe as you can. I was curious if you saw anything interesting out there, ingredient-wise.
I don't have the best sense for that, but my man Sam here, and I slap him like on the back. It's like he's quite good with nature, but finding things. And I'm sure you found some interesting stuff besides that weird liquor.
Oh yeah, the storm. Nothing can hold up to that. But no, we did some light foraging. I found some berries that were very unique. Almost had a rejuvenating. Yeah, it almost looked like what were they? Elderberry or gooseberry?
Gooseberry,
They looked like they were
They
gooseberry.
were goose.
Appeared to be like some sort of gooseberry.
Gooseberry.
Interesting.
Yes. Found. I list off some of the mushrooms I found and other, pine nuts and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's a good source for those. The soil must be different if it's growing some kind of weird berry, though. Gooseberries don't usually grow out there.
I believe. I mean, I've had some deep spiritual things happen recently, so
Maybe not.
at least I believe so. With Mr. Gaia, and I believe it was maybe a blessing. Her trying to help me out and help my group out a bit.
That is not a completely unique experience. At least not just in theme. You spend enough time out here, you'll start to feel some things. Truth be told, I'm also not from here. I'm actually from Roroa initially, though my parents, as you can likely tell by my accent, probably from your neck of the woods. And my main question was about ingredients and such. I'm the head chef here, and it's tough. It can be kind of tough to get inspired sometimes. That's just the same old fare. I've done a lot with the dusk melons and some other things here. Those berries sound interesting.
Yes. Didn't I last time go foraging, like in the woods nearby, for random stuff?
You did.
Okay. Did I ever? I don't remember if I found anything of note.
I think we rolled it. I don't think you found anything special or anything like that.
Yeah, like just regular herbs, whatever. Well, I will pass that along on what I found, like nearby. Of like, oh, there was, I found some wild mint or whatever, stuff.
She seems mostly familiar with anything
nearby.
Yeah, but she's okay. Well, I appreciate that information. I'm sorry to take up your time. If you're looking to get a picture of something, the family brew is quite nice. He describes that there's a little bit of sourness to it, and if you don't like sour beer, you're not gonna like it. But if you do, it's quite nice.
I'll try anything once. ingredients you're looking for? Are you looking for main list anything or
Anything
just
that
like,
stands out, you know. It could be an animal, it could be vegetation of any kind, something. Even if it's poisonous, honestly, I will. I will experiment with some things, you know, because usually a lot of things, you know, were poisonous when we first discovered them as people. You know, it took some work to breed that out of whatever the plant was, or learn how to process it properly. So,
you know, they don't have grapes here like often.
I did run into that issue. I was actually missing them quite a while back, and I heard there was a shipment or something.
Yeah, Eli doesn't know what a grape is. Well, he asked me, and I told him what a grape is. But
they're quite nice. Did you
there's
have
a guy
one?
who just won? No, there was a guy who put in a request for a grape. A grape.
Oh, that must have been disappointing. You got to eat those by the bunch. That's
I'm just like leaning on the bar watching this entire conversation, by the way. Just very much just like leaning while they're talking. That thing when you have nothing to contribute to a conversation, you're just like, yep, I too am part of this.
Notice that you're doing that. She was, oh, I'm sorry. Like, we're talking shop over here.
Yeah.
No, oh goodness, I had another question. Right, about Hattie. She's gonna need a little bit of time up here soon, maybe in about a month or so. Supposed to be taking a bit of a trip. I kind of want her to come along.
Oh. Look at Eli, because that's kind of his.
I mean,
it's his employee.
She's just gotta, you know. We'll just get her sorted out so she makes sure that I'm not like trying to, you know, dig through every single area in the back to find stuff. She has a very unique sorting system.
She does. That stays with her, and it's a little flexible. Just if you're gonna need her for sure during that time, just I guess try to make sure to let me know somehow, because there's a good chance she'll forget. I have a feeling she doesn't really want to go on the trip, so she, you know how she is absorbed in her work and all that. So,
right,
you know where to
I'm
find
sure
me.
she'll be fine once she actually leaves. She just never wants to leave.
Yeah, that's about the half of it. But you know where to find me, and again, if you order anything, it'll come out pretty quickly. I've got nothing better to do. I've already, she kind of points around. You see all these people that already have food. I've already kind of caught up. So,
if I can ask, if I'm not prying too much, are you headed back south, down towards, you know, the homeland, or are you headed somewhere in continent?
We're gonna be taking a quick a run out there at in the homeland, though we won't be there all that long. It's not exactly a short trip, so we'll only be there about a week and a half or so before we head back. There's just some stuff out there that she needs to, I think, is good for her to see. And plus, her father has been agitating to go. I've just told him so many stories, and he's never been, so I guess he'll get his chance.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, about whereabouts are you headed?
In Roroa.
Oh, in Roroa. Oh,
that's my homeland.
Oh, I thought she said she was from Dulwich.
Her parents are from Dulwich.
Yeah, her parents.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She was born in Roroa and raised in Roroa.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Never mind.
But yeah, so we can say that conversation trails off eventually.
Okay.
And I need to give you her. This is how to spell her name.
Spell her name.
Voila.
And she's married.
Yep. She is indeed married.
Bro, why aren't you trying to hit up on the That's
Go hit on the
that's
Avarok
hat.
guy.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Why aren't you?
Yeah,
hitting
there you
off
go.
on
Go
him?
hit on the Avarok. He's big and strong.
Look, I know one of my characters likes and dislikes. This one I'm still figuring out. So
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
believe it or not, it's not feet.
God, I hope not.
It's just a
Right.
job thing. You leave work at work, and the
Yeah.
feet are part of work.
It's asking women, are they married, and then deciding, oh, should I try anyway? No, that's bad.
No,
That's bad.
no, he's
that's
But
your
asking
opener.
if they're married
That's
is-
your opener.
Asking
There's a
them if
whole
they're
bit about
married.
that.
Yep.
But yeah, she had a ring on and everything. She's married.
yeah. Well,
No.
she also said husband.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Or I think she said technically her father, but
Yeah.
Hattie's father. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough context clues for me to get it.
Yeah. And also maybe just don't hit on your friend's mom.
That's
I
a
mean-
good rule of thumb. I just want to say that's probably a good rule of thumb.
How to assert dominance? No.
Okay, so you guys go back.
T-pose at them. No.
You get yourself some beer.
Yeah, I'll go with
get a
the
pitcher,
yeah.
the family brew. Bring that back to the table. You do see eventually someone does take to the stage, or two people take to the stage, performing a duet, some traditional singing. Their first couple of numbers are just without music. They have very beautiful voices. They seem to be able to sing kind of almost in two tones at once, and they kind of go through this like haunting, very like slow building kind of melody. And then after their first couple of things, you see the crowd is kind of reacting and such, and a few people are kind of misting up. You can tell that this is probably a traditional song of some kind. And Lamia, you've heard this before.
Yeah.
It's something that it is something you definitely heard your mother sing before. She's a decent singer, but she does this thing where she sings to her level, right? Where like,
Yeah.
you know, if you're trying to sing a song and there's like notes in there that you don't have.
Yep.
So you just like change the pitch a little bit. You go like a different key, like lower the octaves a little bit. That's how she usually sings it. These people are just belting it out. And then some of the people from the flamboyant table actually like pick up some instruments and such, and they go up and they talk to him and they actually perform some accompaniment. Huh?
The flamboyant table.
It is the flamboyant table. I never said that dude
Table
sat
of
down in his chair.
flamboyants.
Okay.
Look, you mean the people, the flamboyant people at that table? Flamboyant table is
True.
a type of table
That is true.
Table
that
is
I'm now.
flamboyant.
The theater kid table. There we go.
Yes, thank you.
So some of them pick up instruments and will go up and add some accompaniment. But in general, you do get to kind of enjoy the show for the evening. I don't know if I decided if it was the weekend or not. It is not. Tomorrow will be the start of the weekend. So you know that it'll probably line up that they're going to perform the play, and then at midnight is whenever the scary stories will happen.
Scary stories. While we sit and chat, I'm actually going to be like, so we're coming here tomorrow for the play. Do you guys want to stick around for the scary stories? I think I've got a good one that most of these people probably haven't heard because they didn't grow up with a tertian person yelling things at them in the middle of the night. So
I mean, I can tell a story about a dream I had recently.
I'm afraid of that already.
I have to be up at 5 a.m.
Do you though?
I'd like to, continue with Hattie's training.
Sure.
That's something to be consistent on.
But it's a weekend. Don't you take weekends off?
I don't.
Oh. Growing up in a farm.
Yeah. Nope,
I mean-
just when stuff's closed.
I never got to take weekends off either. That's why I do it now.
True.
Well, okay. I mean, that's nice, but
I mean, you don't have to come. I'm gonna go. Sounds fun.
wait. Sorry.
Or you can leave after the play is done.
Yeah,
you can
okay.
leave before
Yeah.
the scary story part.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure I get enough sleep so I am coherent for Hattie.
Yep, you'll definitely get enough sleep if you sleep outside.
If I sleep outside, yeah.
But
Which I have slowly been migrating.
sorry, yeah, go ahead. I'm not trying to interrupt.
No, but yeah. I mean, otherwise, I would love to stay. But tell me any of the stories whenever you get the chance.
I've got a feeling they won't have the same effect, but you know what? We'll do our best. You know, it's not like some of these guys I point to standing on chairman seem like
Who's just up there
quite
just
natural
clapping.
storytellers. Yeah, seem like quite natural storytellers. So I'm not sure I'll be able to replicate it, but you know.
That's okay. My dad's not much of a true storyteller, but he's told me some very terrifying things throughout the years.
You're
I don't-
adopted.
Oh, thank God! No, the weight off my shoulders.
Uh-oh, we killed Molly. Yeah, she's not gonna make it, guys. Not gonna make it. Who are we gonna replace Lamia with? I mean, yeah, we'll have to have a funeral for Molly and everything, but like after that,
After that, yeah, we should start planning ahead now.
the show must go on.
That's what the theater kids say.
I was not expecting that, Patrick, at all.
You should be always expect the unexpected. No, but
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Anyways,
to finish what she was saying, though, is like I've heard terrifying things, so I can take scary stories just fine, even without the theatrics.
No, the theatrics are what make them interesting, though, because they're not scary if you tell them, like, I was reading out of, somebody's, like, dictation of an event. It's scary because of the atmosphere, and it's the, like, willing suspension of disbelief to put yourself in the fear. I mean, we just got chased, through a creepy rock tunnel by things I don't even know what they are, and I met a giant Yeti-looking fella, and in a dimension
ghost.
that I'm not entirely sure I was in, and dropped through a shadow pool and almost got eaten by a toilet ghost. These are not scary stories in comparison, but they're fun. That was more my point.
I guess we just see the world differently. I
Sure.
can take what someone says when they say something is terrifying.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not scary. We see the world the same, I think, is what I'm saying. It's not a scary never mind. You know what? And then I just get up and start walking somewhere. Not walking somewhere else, but I just kind of swivel and I'm like, is there going to be another thing? Like, the song was great, but if not, we should go. Like you said, you've got early morning and I've got an early morning.
Sam, you were kind of drinking and listening to these two talk, and when Eli starts saying, "Oh, is there going to be another thing?" Because the song was great, you still hear singing. When you look at the stage, there's nobody up there. They finished their performance. You can see them kind of walking down off the stage now, kind of talking with the theater kids. You still hear singing coming from the stage, though. You're just frowning.
I'm trying to think of how I come about. There's that kind of shake my head like there's water in there. Stick a finger,
It
Oh
seems
yeah.
to, the sound of the singing seems to skip almost like a record skipping for a minute when you're like messing with your ear. Then it sort of hums back.
I hope this is a normal thing and not a spooky thing.
What are you talking about?
I still hear some damn singing. Like I was seeing shit in the alleys.
Well, is it the singing that came from like the temple?
Is it? No, different.
That was more of a hum.
I can't make out words or
Chant.
nothing.
No, it's kind of operatic. It has the same cadence as the Ulu language, but you can't make out the words. It sounds like it sounds like they're speaking Ulu, but you just don't know these words.
I take an extra big swig of beer, I get up and I start moving towards the noise.
Probably will
where
say
I can try. No.
Hey, at least you have the wisdom to help you with that, buddy.
Yeah, 16.
As you approach,
Is this affecting anything in specifically?
it is not fear.
Okay.
It is not fear.
Yeah, that's what I was checking.
It as you're kind of listening, and even before you like kind of get up to approach, you can feel this sense of longing, kind of like building up, like you do want to go towards it. In fact, in reference to the fear, it's almost the opposite. It's you feel more safe, honestly, about approaching this. Like it's you have no sense that it is harmful or malignant or anything at all. But something is calling to you, for sure. And it does seem to get louder as you approach. So Sam begins to walk toward the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that, Lamia will look at Eli and like, did Sam just get up?
I mean,
And wasn't he talking about singing just before?
he was.
Sam, you are not being compelled, by the way. Like, you don't have to go. I'm just telling you, this is kind of the feeling you're getting off of it. You're not being forced at all.
I look back and I was like, I don't know what it feels like. It feels safe. And I keep going.
Roll me another will save, -2.
I'm not a stage person, but do you think he's gonna do something very silly up there?
I sure hope so.
Nice, -2. So it's the same. It feels fine, and you can hear it a little clearer. You think you're starting to make out some of the words, like it's saying, "Come to me. I call you Samuel."
Okay, that's the part that I'm like, all right.
You kind of pause for a second. You're like, "Wait a minute." I'm almost not sure you heard that right.
And you did share the rumors and such with the whole group, right?
Yeah, I mean, we were
Okay,
all
yeah,
walking
that's-
together.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
So he seems to have stopped.
Calling me by name. Let's say out loud. A little drink imbibed.
And roll another will save, this time -4.
All I can say, I'm glad it's Sam and not me.
Ooh, ah!
That's not a good roll. That's not a good roll. You were doing so well. You were doing so well. Okay. So, you kind of, hey, called me by name. And you hear this it's almost a familiar voice in the song call to you again. Come to me, Samuel. And you do. You know what? This person is alright, whoever they are. You can't see them, except... No, you can! No, here they are. They're starting to appear. As you approach the stage, you begin to see a form start to coalesce. Almost like this kind of white mist. It would be behind the curtains, but the curtains are still open. It'd be like near the back of the stage. You see this white mist coalesce into a feminine humanoid form just as it's beginning to take full shape, details and things coming together. A hand grabs your arm. And Rahala says, "You gonna go perform?" You kind of snap out of it for a second. Singing is gone.
Yeah.
The shape is gone. You just hear the noise of the tavern, almost like it kind of exploded back into earshot for a minute.
What? No, the lady.
Oh, the singer? Did you want to talk to her?
No, she knew my name. You didn't hear
Right.
that? No, I don't. That's some strong beer.
You might want to settle down then if you're starting to hear things. It's awfully
Yes.
spooky out here in Fay Alley.
I think so.
You look proper shook. Hold on. Alright, I'm gonna head into the night. You all have a good time. She starts to walk you back to the other table. Are you alright?
Yeah.
I saw I guess I know all that happened, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Like, no, like I heard this singing, I couldn't make out what it was. Kept walking towards it, and I said my name, so I kept going and saw this like misty person. Like person came out of she came out of the mist. Or...
She was forming out of it. Like there was like a kind of like an amorphous shape that started to coalesce into a person.
All right, I use that word, but a lot more simple.
Yeah.
She was made of mist, or the mist started to turn into a person.
Yeah.
He's back at the table now when he's saying all this, right? Like,
Yeah, he
in
wasn't
earshot
that
of us.
far. He wasn't that
Okay,
far off.
so I just like slap him on the back and be like, I think it's time we head home then. You
But it felt safe. I was fine.
Had it. Nah, come on. I'll take you to the hotel. Let's go. You got to brush Ginger too. Let's go.
That's true.
I'm gonna go
got
with
a
you
bird to
all, I
feed.
think. Now, starting. Yep. But so you guys start to head out. And-
Samuel may not be okay with scary stories.
Nah, he'll be fine. Or he won't, and then I'll laugh. I mean, I'll help him.
And there was a
That's what I
potato famine, and our family went out of business.
Yeah, that's gonna be your scary story, and everybody's gonna be like, I think you misunderstand spooky stories, sir."
We had to sell the farm.
Sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt you,
No,
Patrick. What were you
it's
trying to
fine.
say?
You guys head out back into the night, into the Fey Alley. There is a strange energy about this place, though. Especially after the kind of boisterous going on at the tavern, it felt like even at that hour, it kind of there was a sense of safety there with all these people. There's like everyone's in a great mood. There's noise, there's light, there's smells, there's all sorts of stuff that kind of is just around you, in almost like a shield. But you kind of walk back out here, you get out from under the awning, and the rain starts hitting you again. All that warmth disappears. Reminders of just sort of some of the other things start to obviously sink back in. You're still, some of you might still be riding kind of the high, but you just had a great time. You got to see a show. You got to have some nice. You got to have some nice beer. But the atmospheres are totally different. The sky seems exceedingly dark. The stars, little pinpricks of light, seem almost brighter than they should, and sometimes like they might not be in the right place. They moved when you weren't looking. But nonetheless, of course, you head back. to your proper area of Windforge. And Sam, I need another will save. No penalties this time, just flat.
Oh no, 2.
14. Okay. Rest of that part of your evening goes fairly normally. You might be a little bit on edge, but you get back to the inn. You go back, you check on your bird. Lamia, while I'm telling this, please go ahead and also roll a will save.
Oh, good. My best score. So good at it, guys.
That's what you get for calling.
You check on your bird, you do your night routine, and you finally start to go to sleep.
Oh, thank God.
But right before you completely drift off, you have one of those weird moments where, like, if you've ever been like falling asleep and you think you hear someone call your name, you're like, "Oh, what? I'm up." You know, it's usually a familiar voice, and you're like, "Ah, shit, nope, I was going to sleep." You do have that moment, Sam, but it's that woman's voice whispering right next to your ear. When you wake up, you see a fleeting shape vanish. It was right next to you. And you just have this sinking feeling that something followed you home.
I'm gonna have to move.
Lamia.
Do you see that bird?
The bird is just kind of, it's just sitting up in the, like, whatever box or whatever you put it in. It's just kind of sitting up, just like with its face turned, like give you that like side bird eye, like, you alright? It doesn't say that, it's an animal, but
Yeah.
you sense concern. And then Lamia, to wrap up, dude, you have a fucking boss-ass dream. You're like running through the woods, and there's like tigers next to you, and there's like a wolf like right by you. It's like big as fuck, and it's just running. You're like, oh, you're chasing something in the woods. You don't know what it is, but you're like, you're gonna get it, and you're all gonna eat it. It's gonna be fucking awesome. You can like hear it moving ahead. And it's also big, and you don't even have weapons or like armor or your clothes, but you're doing these like dope ass claws, these big sharp teeth. Just like the wolf next to you is just like, you guys have this like, fuck yeah, we're gonna kill this thing. The tiger over there is like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And like you hop on the wolf at one point, and he's like, you guys just ride, and it like howls, and you howl too, and the tiger over there roars, and you kind of come out through this tree line into the bright sun. But you fucking wake up. You got really shitty sleep. You feel like you were running all night.
Okay. Do you want me to
I feel like you're running all night, but
you tweak your back trying to flying knee somebody in your dream.
right. Fuck you. But, strangely, despite feeling like you ran all night, you still feel pretty like, I don't know, your muscles feel still like fucking pumped like you were in the dream. Increase your constitution by 1.
Oh my God! Oh, that's terrifying. Temporarily or permanently?
Temporary.
Okay, just making sure.
For now.
That's why I'm like, oh my God.
You guys really need to go into more of the Renly school of thought, which is, damn the cost. I want cool stuff.
No, you don't. Anyway, so that's the session for tonight, folks.
Two eyeballs.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, dude, nobody needs 2.
We'll pick up next session on doing the meeting, and then if you guys are going to do any more of the side jobs, and we'll probably, since the vote will definitely be done by then, we'll probably intro into the next big job y'all are going to take.
People are going to vote, right?
Yeah, but whatever it is, I'm going to say by Friday. Friday is about when I'm going to start planning for whatever's in the lead at that point. So vote by Friday. Yeah. Now you got a time limit. But anyway, otherwise, thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. I should have changed the music like ominous.
The
Lavender Town
obligatory wrap up stuff. If you are on watching this on the YouTubes, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We also have Facebook, Instagram. and there's probably a link on YouTube as well. But if not, it's definitely on the Twitch page. So, yeah.
I know there's
Hey, get
definitely a
hold
link
of
in
all this
Hyrule.
stuff. I'm gonna throw
Everything.
Ocarina of Time at you.
Ocarina
I
of
have it
Zelda.
right here. Ocarina of Time. Legend. I'm gonna throw this at you.